give me your answer, do. I'm half crazy over the thought of you. Hold on. Hold on. What are the full lyrics on that one? It's been a while. Where is it? Hold on. Hold on, excuse me. You know, if I ever have to do a re-debut, I'm gonna make myself a paladin robot. I think I'm gonna go paladin robot next time. Just go the exact opposite route. Where is it? There it is. Daisy, Daisy, oh, give me your answer, do. Oh, I'm half crazy, all for the love of you. It won't be a stylish marriage, I can't afford a carriage. But you look sweet upon the seat of a bicycle built for two. Oh, jeez. Hold on. Is YouTube working? Is YouTube working? Are we live? Hello! We have 1 like, 0 views. Thank you, YouTube. Alright, let's try and get some stuff going there. We got YouTube up. We got Twitch up. Hello, YouTube. You missed a series of collabs. I could not remember whether we had 1 or we had 2. Everything's working. By the way, hello, son of Sonnet. You know what? Sonnet. You know what you get? Congratulations. You're now a moderator. Sonnet! There we go. Hope you enjoy suffer. I just realized that my Mari Mari action Fentmo, Fumo, has been staring at me from behind the pillar of my monitor, and it looks like she's just creeping in out of sight. Oh, man. Daisy, Daisy. Ooh, wait. What's some other, like, ones you can do a cappella? Hold on. Hold on. Hey, you know what? Where is it? Hold on. Hold on. Lady underscore knows what you did. She's just like keeps peeking out the side. What do we got here? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Hold on. Keep your Confederate money, even if it's made of tin. Keep all them grenadines, honey, the South shall rise again. No, Susanna, oh, don't you sit and spin. If we all turn out with a rebel shout, the South shall rise again. All out that picture of Stonewall, tack it up with an old gray pin. Raise up them stars and bars, the South shall rise again. Oh, ho, ho, no, Susanna, no, don't you sit and spin. If we all turn out with a rebel shout, the South shall rise again. Start all them bugles playing. Listen to the drums begin. 10,000 men are marching strong, the South shall rise. See, I thought I could do that one without any of the backing, but without the, like, marching, the melody, the music there, that's one that doesn't fucking work. It needs that, like, full team behind you, pumping that out. What's some, like, classic ones you can do? Goober Peas, probably, right? Hold on. Can I do Goober Peas without any backing music? Can you do that one? Because that one's... Sitting by the roadside on a summer's day, a-chatting with my messmates, passing time away. Oh, lying in the shadows underneath the trees. Goodness, how delicious! Eating goober peas, 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 eating goober peas. Peas, 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 eating goober peas. Goodness, how delicious! Eating goober peas, 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 delicious goober peas. When a soldier passes, the soldiers have a rule to cry out at their loudest, "Mister, here's your mule." But another pleasure enchantinger than these is wearing out your grinders, eating goober peas. Peas, 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 eating goober peas. Peas, 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 eating goober peas. Goodness, how delicious! Eating goober peas. Peas, 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 delicious goober peas. Just before the battle, the general hears a row. He says, "The Yanks are coming!" Oh, I can hear 'em now. He turns around and wonder, and what do you think he sees? The Georgia militia eating goober peas. Peas, 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 eating goober peas. Peas, 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 eating goober peas. Goodness, how delicious! Eating goober peas. Peas, 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 delicious goober peas. I think my song has lasted almost long enough. The subject's interesting, but the rhymes are mighty rough. Oh, I wish this war was over, when flee from rags and fleas, we'd kiss our wives and sweethearts, then gobble goober peas. Hello! Hello, Jonathan! Hello! Welcome in! I was trying to think of some music that I know, that I could sing without the backing tracks, to do a little bit, and see if I can handle, tonight, doing actual singing. I was hopeful, right? I'm not sure I can handle any actual singing tonight properly. I'm not sure I can handle actual singing tonight, but you know what? I'm still gonna try. I want to do a little bit of talk. I want to do a little bit of hangout. I want to do a little bit of game. I want to do a little bit of fun. I want to have a good time. You know that? I also need to get some actual drink. Give me a second, I'll be right back. I forgot to get water. And if I'm going to do any singing or any long-term chatting, I need to have more than a fifth of scotch and a bunch of coffee.
Old cowboy at the general store got his savings 10% or more. With a coat Kotetsu, ride it out. In his pocket, that's the savvy route. spurs are jingling with a silver sound. Saddlebags holding deals he found. He tips his hat to the setting sun. Got a good deal on tea, his shopping's done. Code Kotetsu saved his dimes. In the Wild West, every penny's prime. Yeehaw for savings, the cowboy way. A hot cup of tea ends the perfect day.
I'm just a tiny man. Tiny man. Shouting out for tea in hand. Tea in hand. Dragon's horde, I take my stand. Take my stand. Got my suit, got my charm, I start my pitch. Size ain't nothing but a hitch. Dragon's gold on perfect dish. Let's get rich. Treasure! This stream is a proud affiliate of the Dragon's Treasure. Use code Kotetsu at checkout for 10% off your order! Scales and leaves, blend so fine they make believe. In my cup, the best reprieve. That's the Dragon's Treasure, yeah! In every sip, in every brew, remember use code Kotetsu.
小さなカップに茶葉が舞うように君に会いに行くその瞬間に何でもいいからほんの少しだけ今すぐ言えさ鮮やかな香りがふわっと広がる
Figaro. Figaro, 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 Figaro. All right, is the model actually going to load now? Mr. Model. Mr. Model, Mr. Model. Quetzalcoatl, Quetzalcoatl. Chat. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? I can hear you. Oh, 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 oh no, I'm right behind me, aren't I? I feel me arriving behind me. Behind me, Satan! Away! Away! Flee from this home! Leave me and ne'er return! You stand before me, accused of highest treason! You stand before this court accused, and how do you respond? You don't. Seriously, don't. Don't respond. No, you don't respond. Hey. Yes. Hold on. Hold! Hold. Hold. Little tiny Gunther. That's me. Ah! Hello, sports fans! How are you this day? Are you excited? Unhand my penis! For those of you who have never heard that video before, and for the fact that I just love playing that video, I actually just love this stupid video. I'm gonna play something real quick for you, and you are going to be forced to listen to it. Democracy made manifest. Where is it? Hold on. There it is.
Gentlemen, this is Democracy Manifest. Have a look at the headlock here. See that chap over there? Get your hand off my penis!
Beautiful.
This is the bloke who got me on the penis before. Get some cups. Why did you do this? Up in the car. Get some cups. For what reason? What is the charge? Eating a meal? A
Succulent Chinese meal?
Oh, that's a nice headlock, sir. Oh, yes. I see that you know
Your judo well.
Good one. And you, sir, are you waiting to receive my limp penis?
Ta-ta and farewell. Hello, Cara. Hello, Long. Hello, everyone. Welcome in. I'd like to take a moment to remind you that today is a beautiful day. So lovely. I would like... Wait, I'm sorry. Did Doug actually auction off $5,000? Why is he auctioning off $5,000? He's auctioning off a briefcase full of money. Sorry, what? How's stream going? It's going pretty good. I am going to do a little bit of karaoke. By karaoke, I mean singing. It's all the same to me. And we are enjoying Democracy Made Manifest while we get arrested for eating a meal. A succulent Chinese meal. What is the charge? Eating a meal? A succulent Chinese meal? Your Honor, the persecution charges the defendant with the crime of multiple oshis. The prosecution... Get your hands off my penis! It's so stupid! Hold! Hold! Yes. Yes, it's time for a song. Chat, what is our first song that we properly sing? I have had a single drink to cut through my throat. I have a big old jug of lemonade that's like mostly lemon and very little aid. And that should allow me to more properly. The Macarena? That's not in English, I don't think. Can you sing the Kamen Rider Ichigo theme song? I can't sing most Japanese, man. I can't sing most Japanese. You kidding me? You kidding me? Doesn't matter how many times I've seen stuff. You know what I mean? Hold on. What can I sing? It's fun to say at the YMCA. Hold on. Hold on. I'm gonna butcher the Japanese language, chat. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. We're gonna get this down early, so I can just, ignore it. Where is it? Where is it? Hold on. Where are you? Hold on. Hold on. I gotta enable JavaScript. I don't like doing that on my web browser. Hold on. Verifying your Sherman. Alright, chat. Are you ready, chat? I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try and sing along. Tell me if you can actually hear me while we're going through this. Hold on. Can I get this? It's probably gonna be bad. Can I? Moe yagare, moe yagare, moe yagare, Gandamu, kimi yo hashire. まだ怒りに燃える年があるなら鎧な竹を撃てよ撃てよ撃てよ茂の怒りをぶつけろガンダム機動戦士ガンダムガンダム立ち上がれ立ち上がれ立ち上がれガンダム君を叫べまだ絶望に沈む柳原ななUFO 払って行けよ行けよ行けよ渦巻けよ血潮おせガンダムギリオ戦士ガンダムガンダム Can I do this? Can I fucking do this? Hold on. Can I? Can I? Maybe. Yomigaeru, 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 Gandamu, kimi yo tsukame. まだ歯に触らう心があるなら平和を求めて飛べよ飛べよ飛べよ銀河に向かって飛べよガンダム機動戦士ガンダムガンダム My Japanese is so fucking bad. It's so bad. That's why I don't fucking sing Japanese. I butcher it. I fucking... Oh, man. Alright. Hold on. Hold on. Oh, hold on. Hold on. Where is it? Hold on. Where is it? There you are. Hold on. Hold on. See what I got. She said, I've seen you in here before. I said, I've been here a time or two. She said, hello, my name is Bobby Joe. Meet my twin sister, Betty Lou. And we're both feeling kinda wild tonight. Know you're the only cowboy in this place. And if you're up for a rodeo, I put a big Texas smile on your face. I said, girls, I ain't as good as I once was. I got a few years on me now. But there was a time back in my prime when I could really lay it down. And if you need some love tonight, then I might have just enough. I ain't as good as I once was. I'm as good once as I ever was. I still hang out with my best friend Dave. I've known him since we were kids at school. Last night he had a few shots, got in a tough old spot, hustling a game of pool with a couple of redneck boys and one great big bad biker man. I heard Dave yelling across the room, hey buddy, how about a helping hand? I said, Dave, I ain't as good as I once was. My, how the years have flown. But there was a time back in my prime when I could really hold my own. But if you wanna fight tonight, I guess those boys don't look all that tough. I ain't as good as I once was, but I was as good once as I ever was. I used to be hell on wheels back when I was a younger man. Now my body says you can't go and do this, boy. But my pride says, oh hell yes you can. I ain't as good as I once was. And that there's just the cold hard truth. And throw a few back and dog a little smack when I was feeling bulletproof. So don't double dog dare me now. Well, I'd have to call your bluff. Ain't as good as I once was, but I was as good once as I ever was. I'd not be good as I once was, but I was as good once as I ever was. Yay! You guys even hear that? How is the audio balance? Chat. How? Questions. 1. How is audio balance? 2. How is volume? 3. Are we clipping it all? Does it sound Xbox microphone level? Or are we good? And also, do I have to do this? Do I have to do this instead? So we can get rid of the compression? Do you guys just want no compression? 'Cause I can do anything. Oh, I can say all I want. And you know I can do it too. Even if I don't know how. I can turn off compression and turn off my overload. I can turn off my overload. I can turn it on anytime I like. I can sing quiet here. You know I ought to do. I can sing how I want to. And you know I just know I can. Hold on. Chat, what are other songs that I can sing right now? Zong, zong, zong. Ah! At some point, I'm gonna figure out how to get this right. Hold on. Okay, if I hit this, right? DS. Ah. Compress. Compress. EQ. You know what? Let's turn on everything. Chat, if I just turn on literally everything, how does this sound? With literally everything turned on. Everything turned on. Everything set up. Actually, if I make this different. I'm in my prime. I don't know what I'm doing here. Oh. Wait, I have an idea. Richard Cheese. No? What's good for right now? You know what? Let's try YMCA. Why the hell not? Chat, let's try YMCA. Let's find out if I can do this stuff. Can I remember how this song even fucking goes? Hold on. It's good. I got this. I'm a champion. Oh, young man, oh, there's no need to feel down. I said, young man, pick yourself off the ground. I said, young man, 'cause you're in a new town. There's no need to be unhappy, young man. There's a place you can go. I said, young man, when you're short on your dough, you can stay there. And I'm sure you will find many ways to have a good time. It's fun to stay at the YMCA. You know this band was gay at the YMCA. They have everything for young men to enjoy. You can hang out with the boys. Fun to stay at the YMCA. Fun to stay at the YMCA. You can get yourself clean. You can have a good meal. You can do whatever you feel. I say, young man, are you listening to me? I say, young man, what do you wanna be? I say, young man, you can make your dreams, but you got to know this one thing. No man does it all by himself. I say, young man, put all your pride on the shelf and just go there to the YMCA. I'm sure they can help you today. It's fun to stay at the YMCA. To stay at the YMCA. They have everything for young men to enjoy. You can hang out with the boys. You know it's fun to stay at the YMCA. It's fun to stay at the YMCA. You can get yourself clean, have yourself a good meal. You can do whatever it is you feel. Young man, I was once in your shoes. I said I was down and out with the blues. I felt no man cared if I were alive. I felt the whole world was so tired. That's when someone came up to me and said, young man, take a walk up the street. It's a place there called the YMCA. They can start you back on your way. It's fun to stay at the YMCA. to stay at the YMCA. They have everything for young men to enjoy. You can hang out with the boys, you know, the YMCA. Fun to stay at the YMCA. Oh, young man, there's no need to feel down. Young man, pick yourself off the ground. YMCA. YMCA. Young man, I was once in your shoes. Young man, down and out with the blues. Yeah. I like that song. It makes me happy. Okay, chat. How is the peaking? We're not peaking, right? We're not like getting that really like low dip in the audio quality of my mic. Kara, I see you there dancing. We're still good? We're still solid? We're still proper. Let's see if we can get some richer cheese. Let's just do Down with the Sickness. I always like that one. Do you feel that? Oh shit. Ooh ah 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 ah. Ooh ah 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 ah. Get up, come on, get down with the sickness. Get up, come on, get down with the sickness. Get up, come on, get down with the sickness. Open up your hate and let it flow into me. Get up, come on, get down with the sickness. Your mother, get up, come on, get down with my sickness. You fucker, get up, come on, get down with the dickness. Madness is the gift what has been given to me. I can see inside you, your sickness is rising. Seems all that was good has died. Oh no, the US a scary place. Now that you woken up, the demon in me. Bobby, will you give it to me? 2, 3, 4. Get up, come on, get down with the sickness. Mother, get up, come on, get down with the sickness. You fucker, get up, come on, get down with the dickness. Open up your head and let it flow into me. Why can't you just fuck up and die and get down with the sickness? Fuck you, I don't need this shit, I'm down with the sickness. You stupid, sadistic, abusive fucking whore, get down with the sickness. Here it comes, get ready to die, get ready to die. Yeah! Woo! Alright. Good. That is what I'm talking about, baby. Welcome in. Weed. Already down with the sickness of OBS? I fucking hate OBS. Me too. You know, I hate OBS so much that I've been using it for years. But you know what I hate more? I hate Fraps more. I really hate Fraps. Oh my goodness, do I hate Fraps. I hate it so fucking much. Hold on, chat. It's time for something else. Hold on, everybody. You know what we're gonna try? Fraps still exists. Yes, it does. Hold on, boys. We passed upon the stair. We spoke of was and when. Although I wasn't there, he said I was his friend, which came as a surprise. I spoke into his eyes, I thought you died alone a long, long time ago. Oh no, not me, we never lost control. Your face to face with the man who sold the world. Frame rate application something, isn't it? Acquisition procedural system. I laughed and shook his hand and made my way back home. I searched for farm and land. For years and years I roamed. I gazed a gazeless stare. We walked a million hills. I must have died alone a long, long time ago. Who knows? Not me. I never lost control. Your face to face with the man who owned the world. Who knows? Not me. We never lost control. Your face to face with the man who sold the world. But yes, Fraps does still exist, in some regard or another, and man, it's miserable. It's awful, but it works. Fraps was a computer program that used like 60-70% of your computer and would pump out like 100, 200 gigabyte video files. It was great. It's literally just so great, chat. I love it so much. It makes me happy. Hooray! How you doing, Grumpy? How you doing? All right, what's you know what? We got Grumpy here. Hey, chat. Hey, chat. Hey, chat. Chat, Grumpy's here. You know what that means? You know what that means? It's time for something. Hold on. Where is it? Where is it? Time to bully Grumpy. Hold on. It's time to bully Grumpy. When I get older, losing my hair, many years from now, will you still be sending me a Valentine, birthday greetings, a bottle of wine? If I've been out till 2:45, would you lock the door? Will you still need me? Will you still feed me when I'm 64? You'll be older too. And if you say the word, oh, I could stay with you. Oh, I could be handy mending a fuse when your lights have gone. You can knit a sweater by the fireside, or Sunday mornings go for a ride. New in the garden, digging the weeds. Who could ask for more? Will you still need me? Will you still feed me when I'm 64? Every summer we can rent a cottage in the Isle of Wight, if it's not too dear. We shall scrimp and save grandchildren on your knee. Vera, Chuck, and Dave. That is the one you requested for your birthday. Send me a postcard and drop me a line stating point of view. Indicate precisely what you mean to say. You're sincerely wasting away. Give me your answer, fill in a form, mine forevermore. Will you still need me? Will you still feed me when I'm 64? Yes, this is what you requested for your birthday. And now I'm doing it again. Because you showed up. Hold on. This one I remember. I remember this one. I remember this one a lot. Hold on. He's a real nowhere man, sitting in his nowhere land, making all his nowhere plans for nobody. Doesn't have a point of view, knows not where he's going to. Isn't he a bit like you and me? Nowhere man, please listen. You don't know what you're missing. Nowhere man, the world is at your command. He's as blind as he could be, just sees what he wants to see. Nowhere man can you see me at all. Nowhere man, don't worry, take your time, don't hurry, leave it all till somebody else lends you a hand. Doesn't have a point of view, knows not where he's going to. Isn't he a bit like you and me? Nowhere man, please listen. You don't know what you're missing. Nowhere man, the world is at your command. He's a real nowhere man. He's sitting in his nowhere land, making all those nowhere plans for nobody. Making all his nowhere plans for nobody. Making all his nowhere plans for nobody. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I hear your thunderous roaring applause. Thank you. Thank you. You really like me. You really like me. Oh, you all love it, don't you? Hey chat, is it bad that I want to save a bunch of money? Go literally nowhere in the next year. Lock off everything. Spend the barest minimum of money. Save up every possible penny I can. Then drop 10 grand on a lore video. Would that be wrong? Would I be wrong for just not spending anything, cutting groceries, cutting everything I possibly can, selling a bunch of shit, and then just dropping 10 grand on a lore video? Wait, Clanker hates Gate? How do you hate Gate? How do you hate Gate? That hurts. That genuinely hurts. That genuinely hurts. You hear that? That's my heart stopping. Yeah, but you do you. That's almost as bad as hating Gate. What, spending 10 grand on a lore video just to make the most, like, horrifying, brutal video I can? Dude, wait, chat. What if I saved up every ounce of profit? I stopped doing anything, right? And I saved up multiple years, right? What if I saved up for multiple years, every single penny I possibly could, then did one of those stupid fucking, like, fundraiser things, right? Hear me out. You can get up to $30,000 in tips, right? And then you can write it off. And then I find a way to earn $30,000. Then I get my $10,000 in disability. And then I spend $40,000 on a 30-second animation of just the most brutal violence possible for my lore video. And it's like 30 seconds of constant, horrific, brutal violence and armies marching across, like, broken skulls. Make it literally the most violent and horrific animation I can. We're talking Watershed Down. We're talking that old video that was circling around 4chan of the pool. You remember the pool. I remember the pool. It was fucking horrifying. We just, like, get the most brutal, horrific, terrifying animation I can. And have that as a lore video. And then it's like, how the fuck are you the same guy? It's like, yeah, that's me. Hi, how are you? Hi, it's me. I just make it the most brutal and horrific thing I possibly can. And it's just ultra violence, ultra terror, ultra fear, just like make it just constant Sakuga. Where'd you post that video? Oh, I would post it and post it everywhere I could. And, you know, we would post it on multiple channels. Hide it on the internet, throw it on 4chan, throw it everywhere. Release it on VHS tapes for convention centers. Yeah, dude, I'll put it on floppy disk. We'll find a way to compress it to fit on a floppy disk, and then I'll give out floppy disks at convention centers. I am certain that Sensoka would be able to figure out how to compress that onto floppy disks, and we could have custom-built floppies that you can just watch the video on floppy disk. We'll put it on 8-track. We'll put the soundtrack on 8-track. We'll put it on, we'll get some Blu-ray out there. Oh, sorry. Did I say Blu-ray? I meant Laserdisc. We'll put it on some video vinyl. Dude, wait! Wait! What if I printed it on fucking video vinyl? Do you guys think we could get a machine for making... Hold on. Do you guys remember... Okay, no, none of you would remember. Nobody fucking remembers video vinyl. Nobody fucking... Grumpy, you don't fucking remember video vinyl. Nobody fucking remembers video vinyl. Nobody fucking remembers video vinyl. Video vinyl was such a fucking failure. I still have my copy of Mad Max on video vinyl. I have Mad Max on video vinyl, right? Fucking wild. Where are you? Where are you? So, okay. Originally, this shit was started in 1950, right? And it didn't get completed, well, it didn't really get started properly until 64, right? So, 64, it got, like, started, and then it, like, kind of started rolling through. Video vinyl. It's a vinyl record disc, right? That has conductive vinyl with a diamond tip on the actual reader, right? And you watch the video on a vinyl record. Beta VCR. Oh, dude, we could put it on beta. We could release it on beta. Oh, we could release it on beta. Oh, we could release it on beta. Yeah, RCA had one of those video vinyl players, right? They're called CEDs, right? CEDs. And they were fucking wild. Fucking wild, man. The capacitance electronic disc. You could... Oh, dude, what if we released it in... Like, it's all in English, but you only release it in Japan? So people are like, what the fuck is this? Dude, we could hire, like, a really, like, high-quality Japanese animation studio, make a proper, like, single, like, short animated video, spend, like, $50,000 on it, like, 1 minute of actual footage, right? You do a 1 minute short of just like the most brutal, like horrific, like armies invading planets glassing from orbit. As in a vinyl that physically records enough information for a video and a machine that interprets it by 1950. Yes. Clanker, they had that in 1954. 1954. You could theoretically, if you were in the military, have seen one of the prototypes of video recordings on vinyl records. Analog vinyl records in 1964. 1964 is when that would have been more general public. 1954 is when it was for military use, which is so fucking cool. They have 45 RPM records that you can use to play videos. So fucking cool. But yeah, we could put it on. Oh, so, okay, question is, you know, maybe all the UFO sightings really were just Lockheed fucking around. We already have D classes that's what it is. Clanker, this isn't a fucking big secret. We have the declassifications. Roswell was one of their prototypes that fucking crashed. People don't talk about this shit. We have the declassed files. We know what Roswell was. We know what most of the UFO sightings were. The Dorito ones were some of our stealth bombers. A lot of the flying saucer stuff was the prototype helicopters, the German flying discs and whatnot. The early, like, first-generation helicopters that had the jet engines that spin it around in circles and lifts it off the ground. Canada openly tested some of those. People forget this shit. Aliens, most likely, hate to break it to you, aren't fucking real. It's the military doing military shit. And it's easier to pass it off, just like shove it off as aliens, than it is to admit, hey, we've been flying shit around and causing problems on US soil. Like, a lot of the early crop circle bullshit was either farmers going out on their own and doing that, or emergency landings with helicopters. Have you seen some of those D classes? A lot of the early, like, first-generation crop circles was the United States military going out there in their helicopters, having to take an emergency landing, then taking back off. Because if you land a helicopter in a field, do you know what it fucking looks like? A big-ass circle. Oh, so scary! So scary! Animals! Sure, there are aliens, just God only knows how many light years away. God only knows what I'd be without you. God only knows what I'd be without you. God only knows what I'd be without you. What do we got? Hold on. Oh. But yeah, the majority of these so-called alien sightings is people doing test runs. Or it's drones these days. These days, a lot of it's just, it's drones. A lot of it's drones. 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 More drones. Boss, they found life on Mars. You know, they were saying they found life on Mars in the 90s. You know that? Do you know how long they've been telling us that they found life on Mars? Do you know how many false fucking alarms it is? They do this shit every, like, 10 years, man. They do this shit every 10 fucking years or so. They're gonna retract it all, and then everybody's just gonna remember the announcement for a bit, then people will move the fuck on, because that's what actually happens. Remember first contact made in Mexico? That was nothing. Big ol' nothing burger, guy got laughed out of the fucking room. You have that whole, we found alien bodies. You have the whole, oh, we shot down we shot down an alien aircraft, and it turns out it's a Russian prototype during the Cold War. Like, there's so many fucking cases where it's, oh, it's aliens, and it's like, oh, no, it wasn't. Sorry. Sorry. So aliens are not real on Earth. I mean, could they exist somewhere? Of course, right? Could they exist somewhere? I like the idea where the aliens just assumed we nuked ourselves because of the, 4,000 nuclear warhead tests. Then it's almost 6,000. Wait, is it 6,000 or 60,000? Hold on. Where's that warhead map? Hold on. As of 2015. What's our listing? Yeah. Yeah, chat. Yeah, no. Yeah, no. Yeah, no, it's about 6,000, yeah. That's fucking great. Smithsonian says it's 2,000, but, you know. Ain't it great? Thousands and thousands and thousands of times we nuked ourselves. Okay, so, Grumpy, I don't know if you remember this. 2005, we had the same story. 2010, we had the same story. 1998, we had the same fucking story. They have done that microorganisms in rocks on Mars bullshit so many fucking times. I am sick and tired. Sick and fucking tired of this idea that every few years they trot this bullshit out to see if people are ready to believe it. Hey JK, how you doing? Statistically they exist, but I doubt we'll ever encounter any. Wouldn't be surprised if intelligent life is maybe one per galaxy. Biolocation is also a thing, but nobody's ready for that talk. But you get what I'm saying. Biolocation. But you get what I'm saying, man. Like, fucking hell, man. Fucking hell. It's not... No. Hey, how about some Black Sabbath? Hey, Chad, how about some Black Sabbath? Because I think you're all getting a little paranoid out there. I'm finished with my woman cause she couldn't help me with my mind. People think I'm insane because I am frowning all the time. All day long I think of things, but nothing seems to satisfy. Think I'll lose my mind if I don't find something to pacify. And you have me occupy my brain. Whoa, yeah. We miss you, Ozzy! We miss you! I need someone to show me the things in life that I can find. I can't see those things that make true happiness, so I must be blind. We doing? Where are we? Are we peeking, by the way? Because this one's loud. I want to make sure we're not peeking. Check out the overload. Okay. We are not overloading at the moment. Good. Whoa. Make a joke and I will sigh, and you will laugh and I will cry. Happiness I cannot feel, and love to me is just so unreal. And so as you hear these words now telling you of my state, I tell you to enjoy life. I wish I could, but it's too late, He-Man. It's too late. Hold on, we're gonna do War Pigs in the Skeletor voice entirely. Hold on. Chat, hold on. I've got an idea. Thank you, Flaming. I'm gonna steal that. You feel that, boys? That's the power of metal. Metal. I locked my throat. Oh, yeah, boys.
You hear those sirens in the distance? We're about to commit war crimes. Can I do it? Who knows? Generals gathered in their masses, just like witches at black masses. Evil minds that plot destruction, the sorcerers of death's construction. In the fields of bodies burning, as the war machine keeps turning, death and hatred to mankind, poisoning their brainwashed minds. Oh, Lord, yes. Yes! How you feeling now, Ozzy? Yeah! Ozymandias guy can sing! Get it, Ozymandias? Ozymandias? It's a joke. Laugh, damn it, laugh! Politicians hide themselves away. They only started the war. Why should they go out to fight? They leave that role to the poor. Yeah, it's true. They do. It fucking sucks. Who wants to be poor? Time will tell on their powered minds, making a war just for fun. Oh, treating people just like pawns in chess. Just wait till the judgment day comes. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. You know it. Oh, yeah. No.
It's so much downtime, chat.
I'm playing the drums now. Oh, yeah. You hear that? I'm definitely good at the drums. I can't keep a tune for nothing, baby. Not even if I had a bucket. It's called freestyle drums, bitches. Bet you didn't know I was multi-talented. Oh, yeah. Now when darkness world stops turning, ashes where their bodies burning. No more war pigs have the power. Hand of God has struck the hour. Day of judgment, God is calling. On the knees of war pigs crawling, begging mercy for their sins. Satan laughing spreads his wings. Oh, Lord, yes! It's true! Outro time! Yes, bitches! That's right! Only war pig allowed here is me. You can't have my moon base either, Grumpy. You're not allowed. It's my moon base. I stole it fair and square from the Nazis. Okay, I'm renting it, but still, it's mine. It was kind of here when I got here already. I kind of just repainted it. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Oh, man. Hi. Well, that was fun. Oh, that hurt. That was a bad idea. Chat, that was a bad idea. That was a really bad idea. I'm gonna cool down with Creep. No. Hold on. Can I sublet a room? If you can get up here, right? If you can get here, I'll let you sublet a room. I mean, okay, we do have some of the base that hasn't... Chat, a literal cricket hopped into my fucking doorway and started going... Can you hear him? There is literally a cricket staring at me and chirping from my fucking doorway. You hop along, you little piece of shit. You can tell it's summer, because the fucking crickets are coming down here. Fucking... So I do my recording in a bunker, right? Literally a bunker. A bomb bunker. That's why Baronhead comes in here and he'll make the joke that I live like the character in Zomboid, because I literally am in a fallout shelter, right? Because, you know, it's good for, like, soundproofing and whatnot. Then we add in some extra, like, insulation foam and what have you, and we try what we can, right? I got a bunker. It's nice. Stop cricketing at me! It's hard to keep the crickets out of this place. I'm gonna be honest with you. They keep coming in here. I don't know what to do. Chat. What the fuck do I do to stop crickets? Do I just get a lizard down here? Do I just, like, let loose some lizards? I'm in a bunker on the moon base, by the way. And these crickets that are on the moon keep Stop it! He's getting louder. The Lion, the Witch, and the audacity of this bitch. Could you fucking not? Can you... You done? You done? Are you done? How do you not have lizard men on the moon? You know, I keep asking, but they never want to show up. They refuse to be here unless we have a central banking system. And I just don't want central banking on the moon. Keep that shit contained to Earth. We don't need it. We don't fucking need it. Are you quite done? Can you fuck... I'm gonna be right back. I'm going to be right back. Give me a second.
気にされるかもなむないなない逆た矛は進めるから帰国に希望した方はより歌う中を行こうかよれが悲しさいつも模様それなりをこの君が捨てていさいよ
Okay, so I tried to chase out the cricket. Now it's in the fucking room with me, and I don't know where. But we've got a cricket guest star now. He's in the fucking room. The cricket, okay, are the crickets in the room with us right now? Yes, they literally are. Thank you. I'm so glad. I'm so very, very glad. Yes, the crickets are in the room with us. It fucking sucks. Can we not have the crickets in the room with us? What? What? Why are you trying to do a feedback report? Oh, jeez! Why? I hate everything. Get a cat? The last time we had a cat, it attacked the Gunthers. Alright? The last time I had a fucking cat on this moon base, it attacked one of the Gunthers and we lost a section of the station. So, I don't know about you, but I'm not doing that again. Do you know how hard it is to get repair crews onto the fucking moon? Do you know how hurt my wallet was? Do you know how hurt I was? Like, seriously, it really just fucking hurts. I hurt myself today just to see if I still feel. I focus on my pain. It's the only thing that's real. The needle tears a hole. It's an old familiar sting. Try to kill it all the way. Still I remember everything. What have I become? My sweetest friend. And everyone I know just goes away in the end. And you could have it all. My empire of dirt. I will let you down. I will make you hurt. I wear this crown of thorns upon my liar's chair, full of broken thoughts which I cannot repair. Beneath the stains of time, all the feelings disappear, and you are someone else, while I am still right here. What have I become? My sweetest friend. Everyone I know just goes away in the end. And you could have it all. My whole empire of dirt. 'Cause I will let you down. And I will make you hurt.
If I could start all again, 1,000,000 miles away, I would keep myself. You know I would find a way.
You get that? You get it? Chat, you get it? Trent Cash, the best musician ever. Honestly, Trent Reznor, Johnny Cash, great fucking synergy. I wish they worked together far more. All the time. Every time. Good night, K. Victus. Have a good night and don't be hurt. Don't be hurt. Don't be hurt. It's okay. Okay, so the song is awesome. Yeah? I will not be heard. No, hurt. You will be heard by me, not hurt. Oh, you're going to bed too, Lung? Because K. Victus is going to bed. I'm not going to bed. Not for a while. At least until like 2 a.m. But singing it after the cricket break is hilarious. Why do you think I did it? Why do you think I built to that? I am a comedian, chat. I am, to my core, a motherfucking comedian. What the hell is going on? I am a comedian at my heart, at my core. In my heart and in my hands, why can't people understand my intentions? What is that song from? That's Weird Science, right? Yeah! Do they have karaoke of Weird Science? I bet some of you have never even heard Weird Science. Boingo Boingo used to be fucking great. Let's see if I can get this done. It's been so fucking long.
She's alive. Alive.
Weird Science. Oh, weird. Weird. Oh! This is bad karaoke. Weird Science. Plastic tubes and pots and pans, bits and pieces and the magic from my hands. We're making weird science. Oh, things I've never seen before. I bolted doors, denim and imagination. Weird science. Not what teachers said to do. Making dreams come true. Living tissue, warm flesh and weird science. Oh, plastic tubes and pots and pans, bits and pieces of bits of my creation. Is it real? It's my creation. Oh, my creation. It's my creation. Whoa! You picked a fight with a cricket and lost. I often do. It's science. It's science. Oh! Weird science. Technology, voodoo dolls and chants, electricity. We're making weird science. Fantasy and microchips shooting from the hip. Something different, we're making weird science. Oh, pictures from a magazine, diagrams and charts, mending broken hearts and making weird science. Something like a recipe, bits and pieces of my creation. Is it real? It's my creation. I do not know. No hesitation. How to go. It's flesh and blood. I do not know. I do not know. From my heart and from my hand, why don't people understand my intentions? Whoa, weird science, magic and technology, weird science of things I've never seen before. Weird science, not what teachers said to do. Bits and pieces and bits and pieces and bits of my creation. Oh, is it real? It's my creation. I do not know. No hesitation. How to go? It's flesh and blood. I do not know. It's my creation. Oh, my creation. Ooh, it's my creation. My creation. It's my creation from my heart and from my hand. Why don't people understand my intentions? Oh, weird. Whoa, science. Weird. Weird science. Bits and pieces and bits and pieces and bits of my science. Weird science. Weird science. Man, I love Danny Elfman. Little bit of a weirdo. Little bit of a weirdo. But Danny Elfman, fucking great. I kind of want to do that one again. I feel like I can do it better. Got you on the wireless back in 52, lying awake intended tuning in on you. If I was young, it didn't stop you coming through. They took the credit for your second symphony, rewritten by machine with new technology. And now I understand the problems you could see. I met your children. What did you tell them? Video killed the radio star. Video killed the radio star. Pictures came and broke your heart. Uh-oh. And now we meet in an abandoned studio. We hear the playback and it seems so long ago. And you remember the jingles used to go. You were the first one. You were the last one. Video killed the radio star. Video killed the radio star. In my mind and in my car, we can rewind, we've gone too far. Oh, 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 oh. You gotta clap. You have to clap. Even if you have to turn on the mic, you gotta clap during that bit. Video killed the radio star. Video killed the radio star. In my mind and in my car, we can rewind, we've gone too far. Pictures came, then broke your heart. Put the blame on VCR. Clap, clap. I clapped! I clapped when the bit played! I clapped! Video killed the radio star. 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 Chat, in another life, I could have been a radio star. Chat, in another fucking life, I could have run my own radio show. I could have been a radio star. You gotta play Mullet Mad Jack. One of the best games I played in Generations. Oh, is that? Hold on. Let me look at this one. Hold on. I think I've seen the art. Hold on. Hold on. Hold. I'll add it to my wish list if it's the one I think it is. Unless it's already... Oh, no, this one. Yeah. No. I follow the dev. Yeah. Hammer 95. Hammer 95's doing this one. That's looking good. Is it actually out now? That was looking fucking good. It's simple. It works. It's cool. Yeah, no, I've been following the dev on this one for years, man. Well, at least months. Was it years or was it months? I don't fucking know. It might have just been months, but I think it was years. Could be wrong. This one looks fucking good. It's got hot anime women, chat. It's got hot anime women. You can kill people to impress your waifu. It's good. Recommend the shotgun, it kicks ass. Alright, I already have this one on my wish list, right? I think. Let me double check. Do I already... Oh, I have it on the other account. Yes, I have it on the other one. I don't have it on this one. I really want Mullet Mad Jack. Chat. Oh! I'm gonna add it to my wish list on the other account, just in case. It's 19 bucks, so when I can afford it, I'll get it. I'm getting my father a Christmas present early because his speaker system died, and I'm paying to fix his subwoofer because I genuinely... I want my dad to be able to enjoy himself, right? I want him to be able to enjoy the time he has left. I want him to be able to have a good time. I want him to be able to relax, you know? And so I am going to make absolutely certain that he can live as comfortably as he can, for as long as he can, and we can get everything going well. You've had a few close calls over the years. There's nothing like right now that's super wrong, but it's one of those where it's like, we've had so many close calls. I'm expecting any day. And I don't mean to drag things down, but I gotta spend a bunch of money on that. So any, like, joking things I'm doing, right? Any of that stuff, I'm not actually spending any money if I can help it at all. I helped out with Seki's little donation drive with a bit of cash. That's about all I can do other than, like, helping out, because I'm getting Dad's speakers fixed to try and, like, make sure he's got something to listen to. He loves his music. And while I don't like the fact that his speakers shake everything for, like, a mile radius, he really likes to listen to his music loud. It's something that he can enjoy, you know what I mean? And actually, in honor of my dad, I should play one of the songs that he used to really enjoy. Ah, damn it, I can't play one of his songs, because that'd be like an instant fucking dox. And even saying that would be an instant fucking dox. Holy shit, I'm a fucking idiot. Ignore that last bit. Fucking ignore it. Don't call attention. I called attention to it. You know, there's not really a way you can win other than, like, leaving it as a say it and drop it. I'm kind of stupid, alright? I am kind of stupid. Sometimes I'm dumb, but I'm a dumb guy who keeps going. I'm very bullheaded, at the very least, right? I am very, very bullheaded. I am way too bullheaded. Oh. Hold on. What can I sing that'd be good, like, for thinking about Dad? What can I sing? What can I sing? What do we got? There gotta be something here. You know what? I actually know exactly what I have to fucking sing. Oh, fucking hell, I know exactly what I have to sing. There's only one fucking option. Uh-huh. Yeah, I'm gonna butcher it. This one's dedicated to my dad. Good man. Good man. See if I can get this right. And the men who hold high places must be the ones who start to mold a new reality closer to the heart, closer to the heart. Blacksmith and the artist reflected in their art forge their creativity closer to the heart. Yes, closer to the heart. I'm trying to sing it at a lower pitch so I'm not like breaking my vocal cords. I'm turning down my voice and turning up this. Philosophers and the plowmen, each must know his part to sow a new mentality closer to the heart. Yes, closer to the heart. Yeah, oh. You know, you cricket bastard, I bet you're not hoping, not happy with being in here now. You get to hear me talking. Yeah. How do you feel about that? Huh? Huh? You little bastard? You little rat bastard? Yeah. You can be the captain, and I will draw the card, sailing into destiny, closer to the heart. Chart, not card. Closer to the heart. Whoa, closer to the heart. Yeah, closer to the heart. Closer to the heart. Closer to the heart. Well, closer to the heart. Yeah, closer to the heart. Closer to your heart. I didn't do it well, but I did it. I did it. I can't really hit that pitch, but we tried. We tried. We fucking tried. And I know if Dad actually heard that, he'd go, well, why aren't you singing Tom Sawyer too? Why aren't you singing Working Man? Why aren't you singing Passage to Bangkok? Come on, come on, come on. What, no Roll the Bones? Come on, Roll the Bones? Where's Roll the Bones? My dad's a big fan of Rush. Oh, man. Fucking hell. Alright, what do we got? She's got a ticket to ride, baby. He's got a ticket to ride. Isn't that that's that one, right? By the way, hello, Bubba. Hello again. Heart-shaped box. I can't fucking do heart-shaped box. That one's fucking bad. You can go your own way, go your own way. You can turn it under, na na na, na na no. You know what? I'm gonna try it. Chat, I'm gonna try some Fleetwood Mac. Let's see if I can hit this one. Oh, it's these guys again. I can't remember the intro. Loving you isn't the right thing to do. How can I ever change things that I feel? Oh wait, I remember this. Loving you isn't the right thing to do. How can I ever change things that I feel? If I could, maybe I'd give you my world. How can I, when you won't take it from me?
You can go your own way. Go your own way. You can call it another lonely day. You can go your own way. Go your own way. Meanwhile, everything turned around. Backing up, shacking up's all you wanna do. If I could, maybe I'd give you my world. Open up, everything's waiting here for you. You can go your own way. Go your own way. You can call it another lonely day. You can go your own way. Go your own way. I can't hit the high pitched.
Give me a second here, chat. We are, for some reason, dipping more towards my low end. I don't know if you can tell this, but I'm actually failing at putting on the normal voice that I do for streaming. Yeah, we are falling into a different voice. This is not the average, like, person to person. Like, I have a pitch for when I'm talking one person to another person, right? I have a pitch for when I'm talking on voice chat. This is not either of those. I have a pitch for when I'm streaming. This ain't that. I am having some issues, and I'm falling a bit lower. Yeah, Blue Coin is here. He was talking about Mullet Mad Jack. Hell of a game, that. Hell of a game. Make sure you at Blue Coin. Stab him with an at. Annoy him. Also annoy Amanda. Amanda deserves to be annoyed. Over and over again. Alright, what can I actually sing right now? My voice is kind of falling down. I have a pitch for when I'm chasing a wheel of cheese. Oh yeah. I love cheese. Chat, what do you guys think we can actually hit with this pitch? You know what? I'm gonna try Chase the Elephant. What was the, Ain't No Rest for the Wicked. That's it. Cage the Elephant, not Chase the Elephant. Oh, I was walking down the street when at the corner of my eye I saw a pretty little thing approaching me. She said, I'd never seen a man who looks so all alone. Oh, could you use a little company? If you can pay me the right price so your evening will be nice and you can go and send me on my way. I said, you're such a sweet young thing. Why do you do this to yourself? She looked at me and this is what she said. Oh, there ain't no rest for the wicked and money don't grow on trees. I got bills to pay and I got mouths to feed. There ain't nothing in this world for free. Oh no, I can't slow down, I can't hold back, though you know I wish I could. No, there ain't no rest for the wicked till we close our eyes for good. Even 15 minutes later, I'm still walking down the street when I see the shadow of a man creep out of sight. And then he swept up from behind, he put a gun against my head. He made it clear he wasn't looking for no fight. He said, give me all you got, I want your money, not your life. If you try to make a move, I won't think twice. I told him, you can have my cash, but first you know I gotta ask, what made you wanna live this kind of life? He said, there ain't no rest for the wicked, and money don't grow on trees. I got bills to pay, and I got mouths to feed. There ain't nothing in this world for free. You know I can't slow down, I can't hold back, though you know I wish I could. There ain't no rest for the wicked until we close our eyes for good, yeah. You know it. He was a Well, now a couple hours passed and I was sitting in my house. The day was winding down, it's coming to an end. And so I turned into the TV, flipped it over to the news, and what I saw I almost couldn't comprehend. I saw a preacher man in cuffs, he'd taken money from the church, he'd stuffed his bank account with righteous dollar bills. But even still I can't say much because I know we're all the same. Oh yes, we all seek out to satisfy those thrills. Ain't no rest for the wicked, and money don't grow on trees. I got bills to pay, I got a mouths to feed. There ain't nothing in this world for free. When we can't slow down, we can't hold back, though you know we wish we could. Oh, there ain't no rest for the wicked till we close our eyes for good, yeah. Yes. Hello, everybody. I'm slowly falling down. The DILF voice is escaping. Initiate total lockdown. Yeah, no, that's about where we're kind of getting locked right now, and it's not a great place to be locked. Bravo, Elvis. I got a honka burning love. A honka burning love. A honka burning love. Hold on. What Elvis music do I know? Hold on, wait. I have an idea, chat. Hold on. What Elvis do I actually know off the top of my head? What Elvis do I actually... You know what? No, let's not do Elvis. Let's do some, Hold on, I have an idea. Hold on. I have an idea, chat. I have an idea. Hold on. Chat, I have an idea. I have an idea. Oh, well, I left Kentucky back in '49 and went to Detroit working that assembly line. First year they had me putting wheels on Cadillacs. Every day I'd watch them buttes roll by, and sometimes I'd hang my head and cry, 'cause I'd always wanted me one that was long and black. One day I devised myself a plan, should have been the envy of most any man. I'd sneak it out of there in a lunchbox in my hand. Well, now, getting caught, it meant getting fired, but I figured to have it all by the time I'd retired. Me a car worth at least $100 grand. I'd get it one piece at a time, and it wouldn't cost me a dime. You know it's me when I come through your town. I was gonna ride around in style, gonna drive everybody wild, 'cause I have the only one there is around. So that very next day when I punched in with my big lunchbox and a help from a friend, I left that day with a lunchbox full of gears. Ain't never considered myself no thief, but old GM wouldn't miss just one little piece, especially if I strung it out over several years. That first day got me a new fuel pump, next day got me that engine and trunk, got me transmission, all those chrome things. Those little things could get me in my lunchbox, nuts and bolts and all four shocks, big stuff we had to sneak out in my buddy's mobile home. Now, up till now, my plan went alright, till we tried to put it all together one night, and that's when we noticed that something was definitely wrong. Her transmission, she was a 53, and that motor turned out to be 73. When we tried to put the bolts in, all those holes was gone. So we drilled her out so it'd fit, with a bit of help from my adapter kit. Had that engine running just like a song. Now those headlights, there was another side, had two on the left, one more on the right. When we pulled out the switch, all three came on. Her back end, she looked kinda funny too, but when we put it together, then when we got through, well, that's when we noticed that we only had one tail fin. About that time, my wife walked out. I could see in her eyes that she had her doubts. She opened the door, said, "Honey, take me for a spin." So we drove uptown just to get the tags, and I headed her right down the old main drag. Could hear everybody laughing for blocks around. But up there at that old courthouse, didn't laugh 'cause to top it up took the whole damn staff. And when we got through, the title weighed 60 pounds. Got it one piece at a time, no, it didn't cost me a dime. You know it's me when I roll through your town. I was gonna ride around in style, gonna drive all the ladies wild, as I'll have the only one there is around. Yeah, Red Rider, this is the Cottonmouth and the Psycho Billy. Caddy, come on. This is Cottonmouth. Negatory on the cost of this machine here, Red Rider. You might say I went right up to the factory and picked her up. A little cheaper that way. What model is it? Well, it's a 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59 automobile. She's a 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70 automobile. I tell you what, she's really quite my speed. Oh, yeah. All right, boys. What else are we gonna play? Hold on. Hold on. Chad, I have an idea. Why are you consistently giving me a pop-up for that? No, I don't want to give you feedback. Hey. Alright. Chat, can you understand me? Do you hear me? Do you feel me? Do you feel me? No. Daylight come and we wanna go home. We said day, oh. Daylight comes and we wanna go home. We work all night on a drink of rum. Daylight comes and we wanna go home. Stack bananas till the morning come. Daylight comes and we wanna go home. I'm Mr. Tallyman and tally my bananas. Daylight comes and we wanna go home. I'm Mr. Tallyman and tally our bananas. Daylight comes and we wanna go home. If 6 foot, 7 foot, 8 foot bunch. Daylight comes and we wanna go home. 6 foot, 7 foot, 8 foot bunch. Daylight comes and we wanna go home. We said day, oh. Daylight comes and we wanna go home. We said day, oh. A beautiful bunch of ripe bananas. Daylight comes and we wanna go home. Hides a deadly black tarantula. Daylight comes and we wanna go home. Lift 6 foot, 7 foot, 8 foot bunch. Daylight comes and we wanna go home. 6 foot, 7 foot, 8 foot bunch. Daylight comes and we wanna go home. We said day, oh, and daylight comes and we wanna go home. We said day, oh. Come, Mr. Tallyman, just tally our bananas. Daylight comes and we wanna go home. Mr. Tallyman, just tally our bananas. Daylight comes and we wanna go home. Daylight comes and we wanna go home. Daylight comes, we just wanna go home. I feel like that was the perfect use of a slightly deeper voice chat. I feel like that was genuinely the best use I could have had of my voice sliding down on the scale a bit. I don't know if anybody else agrees with me, but I think that was probably the best I could have done there. Okay, what do we got? You know what? Actually, I have another idea. If my voice is down here, right? If I've got my voice locked down here right now, what if we keep abusing that? Hold on, chat. I'm going to keep abusing that to hit low-key songs. Hold on. This is fucking great. Let's see if I can try this. I keep forgetting how much Randy Newman makes for Disney. Don't you disrespect me, little man. Don't you derogate or deride. You're in my world now, not your world. Boy, I got friends on the other side. That's an echo, gentlemen. Just a little something we have here down in Louisiana. A little parlor trick, don't worry too much about it. Sit down at my table. Just put your minds at ease. If you relax, it could enable me to do anything I please. I can read your future, can change around some too. I'll look deep into your heart and soul. You do have a soul, don't you, Lawrence? Make your wildest dreams come true. I got voodoo, I got hoodoo, I got things I ain't even tried. And I got friends on the other side. The cards, the cards, the cards will tell. The past, the present, and the future as well. These cards, why don't you just take 3 and take a little trip into your future with me? Now you, young man, come from across the seas, coming from 2 long lines of royalty. I'm a royal myself on my mother's side. Your lifestyle is high, while your funds are low. And you need a merry little honey whose daddy's got dough. Mom and dad cut you off, huh, playboy? Now y'all gotta get hitched, but hitching ties you down. You just wanna be free. You wanna hop from place to place, but freedom takes green. It's the green, it's the green, it's the green you need. And when I looked into your future, it's the green that I seen. On you, little man, don't wanna waste much time. You've been pushed round all your life. You've been pushed round by your mother, and your sisters, and your brother. And if you were married, why, you'd be pushed around by your wife. But in your future, the you I see is exactly the man you've always wanted to be. Shake my hand. Come on, boys, won't you please shake a poor, poor sinner's hand? Yes. You ready? Are you ready? Transformation Central! Reformation Central! Transmogrification Central! And you feel it? You're changing, you're changing, you're changing, alright. I just hope you're satisfied. And if you ain't, well, don't blame me. You can blame my friends on the other side. Ah, beautiful. I like a little bit of lower pitch sometimes. Wait, hold on. With being stuck like this, right? Can I hit Gaston? Can I do the Gaston thing? Hold on. Who does she think she is? That girl is tangled with the wrong man. No one says no to Gaston. Dismissed, rejected, publicly humiliated. Why, it's more than I can bear. What for? Nothing helps. I'm disgraced. Gosh, it disturbs me to see you, Gaston, looking so down in the dumps. Every guy here'd like to be you, Gaston, even when taking your lumps. There's no man in town that's as mired as you. You're everyone's favorite guy. Everyone's awed and inspired by you. And it's not very hard to see why. No one's slick as Gaston, no one's quick as Gaston, no one's neck is incredibly thick as Gaston, for there's no man in town half as manly. A pure, perfect pure paragon. You can ask any Tom, Dick, or Stanley, and they'll tell you whose team they'd prefer to be on. No one feeds like Gaston, sells the seed like Gaston. No one's got a swell cleft in his chin like Gaston. As a specimen, yes, I'm intimidating. Gaston is the best and the rest is all drips. In a wrestling match, nobody bites like Gaston. As you'll see, I've got biceps to spare. Not a bit of him scroggly or scrawny. That's right, and every last inch of me's covered with hair. In a spitting match, nobody spits like Gaston. I'm especially good at expectorating. When I was a lad, I ate 4 dozen eggs every morning just to help me get large. And now when I'm grown, I eat 5 dozen eggs, so I'm roughly the size of a barge. Then goes tromping around wearing boots like Gaston. I use antlers in all of my decorating. And his name's G-A-S-T G-A-S-T-E G-A-S-T-O G-A-S-T-A No. Oh. Well, that's his name. And that's what I call fun, chat. Chat, fun! Do you remember fun? Chat, do you remember when we used to have fun? When you didn't worry about anything? When life was good? When Disney wasn't quite so shit? Not like that other time when Disney got shit. Or the other time when Disney went to shit. Or the other time when Disney went to shit. Okay, there's been a lot of times when Disney's shit and not as many of Disney actually being worth a damn. Unfortunately, that's the way things go sometimes. Also, is it just me? Does this voice sound really fucking fake? You know what I mean? Right? Like, I'm gonna be honest, I hit this point on occasion, and it always sounds so fucking fake to my own ears. You know what I mean? I can still kind of hit the higher, but if I'm hitting the higher, it kind of hurts. No, I only know this in shitified world. Well, trust me. There was a time when you could walk in to a store. Let me just take you back to my youth. You used to be able to walk into a store, go, "Hey, do you have a job?" And they would hire you. You might be stocking shelves, you might be like helping out with painting, but they would actually hire you. You might even just be organizing shelves, but they would just hire you. You could literally walk into a business and just be hired. And if they didn't have a job for you, they would send you to somebody who does. Because the local town actually gave a damn about each other. You used to be able to put money in your fence in front of your house, and the only person who would take it would be the person who it was being sent to. You could literally put thousands of dollars in front of your house out in the open in a paper envelope, and no one would touch it. You could leave a suitcase full of money in the open, and people wouldn't take it. They would tell the police, "Hey, this has been lost," and you would get your suitcase back. This is not fabricated. This is what reality used to be like. Do you know how I know that? My family lived through this stuff. I lived through the tail end of some of this stuff. And a lot of this stuff was how you actually paid the people who delivered your mail and delivered your like newspapers and like your door deliveries, right? Yeah, it's still that way in Japan, right? So okay, the envelope in your mail, like in your fence row, was how you used to pay the guy who would show up and deliver milk to your front door so you didn't have to go buy it. In a lot of the world, you used to be able to just have a guy who would deliver milk to you. You didn't have to go out and grab it. They would just send it to you. And if you were broke and you couldn't afford anything, the government would give you every single month a few dozen pounds of cheese and 100 pounds of beans, along with a paycheck. And they would just give it to you, and if you wanted more cheese or more beans, you just had to ask. They'd give you rice, they'd give you beans, they'd give you cheese, they gave you everything you needed if you couldn't afford it for yourself, or heck, even if you were just willing to work with that. Yeah, 100 pounds of beans and cheese, well, like put together 100 pounds, right? And it's like, that was your disability. That was your welfare stuff. You used to actually have workfare as well. In workfare, the idea was that the government would just give you a job. The government would guarantee that you could have a job. No matter what, you would be able to walk up to a government office and they would be legally mandated to find you a job so that anyone who was willing to work a job, no matter what, anyone who was willing to work a job used to be able to go to a government building and tell the local city government, "Hey, I can't find a job," and they would give you a job. Now, if you turned down the job they gave you, they wouldn't give you another one, right? It's literally they would find a job for you. It might not be something you're great at, it might not be something you enjoy, but that's how America used to work. The government would literally make jobs for people, and you would do things like breaking rocks, or helping to build a bridge, or working on road construction. And in exchange for you working that job with the government, you could get your paycheck, or you could get food. So that the government, since it had all this food that was getting thrown away, you know what the government did with that food instead of throwing it away? The government took all that food that would normally get thrown away and would give it to people on workfare. So the people who were working would take the people who were working would get free food in exchange for working, along with some cash. Literally anybody in the country could get a job. That's why that's why a lot of older folks say there's no such thing as a homeless person. There's just people not willing to work. Because when they were doing this shit, right? when they were doing this shit, when they were dealing with this thing, when they were young, there literally was no way that you'd be stuck unemployed. You might not be able to be employed enough to keep your housing at the level you want to, right? You might not be happily in your position, but once upon a time, yet no, you're not going to be starving to death because you can't fucking work. Because the government's just going to create those jobs and send you out. They're not going to be great. You're not going to be eating good food. You're not going to be happy, but you'll be alive. Once upon a time, people didn't fucking starve to death in the United States. And we like to make up all this bullshit about how, oh, we're so much more forward, we're so much better. Okay, how have we gone backwards to the point that there's actually people starving to death in the United States? No, explain that to me. How have we gone back to worse than pre-World War I? Or the aftermath of World War II? How is it worse now, with all this tech and all these little wars, to be alive and to be poor than it was 50 fucking years ago? Like, really? It's unacceptable. Like, all of this shit sounds fucking ridiculous. Ironically, entitlements, billionaires too, to an extent. Well, I'll tell you one of the issues, people stopped accepting the food. Like, when it came to, like, workfare and whatnot, they would leave the food outside and let it rot. Because they wanted more money. And they demanded that they not be given that stuff because they thought that they could make more money from the government and use it for buying shit that they didn't need. They wanted the government to give them cash. So you know what the government did? It stopped giving them the food, but it also kept the cash the exact same level. That's why this shit started, because people were like, well, I want more, I want more, I want more, I want more, give me more, I want more, I want more, I want more. And then they wound up getting less. Because they see on paper they're getting more, but it's like, yeah, do you know how much more that food was worth? Do you know how much more you'd actually be getting just in that food, the value of that food? Because that food was normally getting thrown out. So it's not costing the government. But if you wanted to buy that same amount of food that the government was just giving you for free because it would normally get thrown out, guess what? You're spending 5 to 10 times, because again, the government's giving it out because it's about to go bad. When I was younger, right? When I was fairly young, did you know you used to be able to go to any bakery in the country and get the day-old bread for free? The United States used to let you get free bread. You could just walk into any bakery in the United States. Even the big name brand, like Wonder Bread and all that stuff, if you went to their factory, the stuff that they didn't get sent out, the stuff that was a day old, hell, going to your local bakeries as well, you could literally get it for free, and they'd let you have as much as you want. And then you had some... I can't say that. You had an individual who decided they could make a fuck ton of money off the generosity of others, so they started a series of lawsuit campaigns over the fact that the bread was moldy. I'm sorry, it's literally free. You used to be able to go to a grocery store and get free meat. The last day of sale stuff, the like post-expiry stuff, you would get it for free. 100% free. Because they literally legally couldn't sell it, so they would just give it to you. And people sued because they wanted more money. And so you can't do that anymore. You can't get the... Like, you used to be able to get free meat, free bread, free soup. You could get a free 5-star meal because it was left over and they couldn't sell it. You could get fucking lobster if you wanted to. You could get lobster, you could get steak. You could live your entire life on free meals that are the actual, like, last day of sale or post-day of sale, the day after stuff. Do you know how much of my early life, after we came to America, how much of my, like, young life was subsided on free bread, free meat, free cheese, free beans, free stuff that was getting ready to be thrown out by these companies? I would not be alive in front of you if I went through the exact same youth that I did today that I went back in the day. I'm gonna level with you. I'm gonna be honest with you. I would not be alive because those free meals, those cheap meals, those discounted foods And again, it doesn't cost the person who's running the restaurant anything. It doesn't cost the grocery store anything. That shit was enough to keep me alive. That shit was enough to keep my family from starving to death. And you know what they do now? You are legally not allowed to even touch that. Yeah. No, you cannot do that with computers. You cannot do that with cars. You cannot do that with literally anything. It used to be, like, this was even just 10 years ago in the United States. I could go to a junkyard, walk around, and anything I wanted in that junkyard, as long as the person owning the junkyard knew about it, I could grab that. They had a weight chart. I pay the weight, and I can keep it. One of my first cars came from a junkyard. You know that? One of my first ever cars was from a junkyard. Because we went in, I said I needed a car, and they let me have a fucking car. You see the issue here? They just let me have a car. Well, you knew the half of that. I worked on the other side of things, and man, do I have some fucked up stories. Oh, but it's like, you get what I'm saying, right? Like, I got my first ever car that I actually properly got was for about $100 a case of beer and a couch, I think it is. And it was a junkyard pickup. It wasn't a great car. You had to work on it a lot. You had to do what you could with it. AC didn't work. The windows didn't work. Radio? Nope, no radio. No power steering. Nothing. I still don't like power steering. I hate powered steering. Fucking hell. I do not like powered steering. I do not like it. That's part of why I'm able to have decent muscles, is because I hate powered steering. I hate it! Well, yeah, I mean, like, beggars can't be choosers. At least they got something. Now they don't get anything. That's the problem. And now, even if you're somebody who's in the worst spot of your life, now you have these individuals who sit on their high horse and declare themselves kings and gods, and they're so great and they're so amazing, and aren't we wonderful? Look, we donate to charities. Yeah, you donate to charities that do nothing for these people after you lock off every way for them to possibly help themselves. No, your charities are bullshit. Your system's fucked up. Deregulate this shit. Let people actually get the free fucking, like, last day of sale bread again. Say, no, you can't sue. We don't care. You can't fucking sue. If you're getting it for free, go fuck yourself. Can you prove they maliciously poisoned your food? No? Sorry, bucko. Civil courts are such a fucking abomination in the United States. Hate that shit. You can't go to the fucking junkyards anymore. You can't go get the food anymore. You can't do shit. You know how much harder it is to be poor these days? Fucking hell. Midnight stations check. Alright, I'll double check some stations here. Got somebody saying that. Somebody saying they don't want therapy. That somebody's me. What do we got? Uncle Ruckus. Uncle Ruckus. Expensive as fuck, too. Like 20 grand to sue somebody at bare minimum. Yeah. Why do you think the spite lawyer is a big deal? Fucking hell. Spite lawyer is a fantastic deal. You kidding me? Spite lawyer is amazing. We love the spite lawyer, chat. We love the spite lawyer. The spite lawyer. The spite lawyer. We love the spite lawyer. The spite lawyer. The spite lawyer. Chat, I adore the spite lawyer. The spite lawyer makes me happy. Spite lawyer, fills my heart with gladness. But yeah, it's like, it's fucking weird, man. Like, and there are some parts of the United States that to this day are still similar to that, right? They still have a lot of those older stuff, right? I've been to a pole junkyard in the past few years. Also, hi everyone. Hello, TK Sensei. So fucking good to see you, brother. Hope you're doing well. Genuinely, bottom of my heart. So glad to see you, brother. I noticed you got more badges. Are you trying to collect all the badges? Are you trying to collect all the badges? We don't need no stinking badges. But you guys can understand where it's like, a lot of this stuff sounds fucking fake. Right? There are places you can... Well, not for long, because every time these... I will not Fed post. I will let the Fed post flow around me and flow through me. I has more badges! Badges! We don't need no stinking badges! Pedfost. Pedfost! Pedfost! But genuinely, it's frustrating, because there's a lot of this stuff that... Again, Barnes, you're right. That shit sounds fake. Bubba, I don't know how to fucking tell you this. It sounds fake, right? It sounds unimaginable that you used to just be able to go up to places and get a fucking job, right? You used to be able to just get free food, free education, free school books. You used to be able to get this, right? Like, it sounds so fucking fake. But that's how shit used to be, and it wasn't even that long ago. Like, it genuinely was not that long ago that this was the case. Yeah, no. You used to be able to get a college degree for effectively free. And then these people started complaining about affordable college education. These people complaining about making college education affordable is why you can't afford college. These people sitting there and claiming to do all this charity work and all this bullshit. They're the reason this shit's I am starting to glow. I'm starting to glow. I'm starting to glow. I'm starting to glow. Hold on, chat. Where is it? Hold on. Chat, if I'm gonna glow, I'm gonna glow right. I'm gonna glow right fucking now. Chat, I'm gonna fucking glow. I'm gonna fucking glow. Chat, I'm gonna fucking glow. Hold on. Where is it? Where are you? I'm gonna turn on the fucking glow. I can't find it. Can't find it. Is it customized model? Where is the actual tag for that? There used to be. Where the hell is it? Chat. Somewhere around here, right? Not item settings. Not unlock items. Chat, you used to be able to, like, actually set your stuff to glow. Can't wait for them to make funerals affordable, too. Yeah. Yeah. They're trying. They're trying. Literally. Like, the affordable healthcare bullshit. You know you used to be able to get actually free healthcare in the United States? No, we did have free healthcare, right? These people just don't like the requirements of free healthcare. Because they had fucking limitations on what free healthcare actually was in the US. You couldn't use it for anything cosmetic at all. You had to get approved. You could only make under a certain amount of money. You could only have so much activity. We had hard limits, right? This shit fucking worked. And then these pieces of shit come in and they're like, hey, hi, what if we made it affordable? You like your doctor, you can keep your doctor. Health insurance used to be fucking affordable, man. Poorest of the poor still get ER care. It's impossible to get rid of without people waking up. It's so fucked, man. Also, I'm trying to find the, where is it? Hold on. Somewhere around here. It's been so long since I've gone through any of this. Hold on. Expression editor? No. No. No.
Where's my bullshit? Where's my bullshit? Where is it?
Not the tracker. Not the mocap. It used to be so easy to find.
They move everything, chat. They move everything, and then I'm like, thanks, Obama.
It's the customer parameters. What? What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? Chat. Why can't I use the thing anymore? I used to be able to, like, do all these cool colors and whatnot.
Why are they hiding everything? Why the fuck are you hiding everything? Huh? Why are you hiding everything? This shit, too. Like, everything keeps getting improved. And every time we make progress, we improve things, it all gets fucking worse. You notice that? Chat. It keeps getting worse. We always have progress. We always have improvement. And everything fucking gets worse.
100 years ago, Americans have full coverage for their entire family from local lodges at the price of individual health insurance. Yes. Hey, so, you guys want to get angry? You guys want to get really angry? Let's, take a moment here. So, I did a paper on this. Not published or anything. I did it for my own fun, right? Are you guys... Let me get my actual metrics here. Okay. Let me see if I can find the actual document here. Maybe
I shouldn't, actually thinking about it. Wait a second. Maybe I shouldn't talk about the research papers that I did on... Okay, hold on. I might be stupid. Hey, chat. I might be stupid.
We get a little bit dumb sometimes. We get a little bit dumb sometimes. Let's not talk about research papers. Okay, long and short of it, right? A lot of people give that $35 an hour minimum wage sort of thing. That doesn't tell the whole picture when it comes to actually minimum wage and actual inflation rates. So there is there's multiple inflation calculation standards, and the United States government has gone off of these standards several times, right? If you calculate out for purchasing power of $1, it's a very dire fucking situation. I went through and I calculated out in several states in the Union and averaged it out. Working wages, availability of food in those exact same cities, in those exact same states, for getting paid and buying various items. I did an exact analysis, right? And what I found out was that the average rookie electrician, on average, in the United States, how much do you guys think a year one apprentice electrician should be making per year to be able to have the same lifestyle that he did in 1970? How much do you think he should have to make? How much do you think he should have to make? Actually, let me grab here real quick, because if I have the current modern number... Okay, let's actually see. How much does... let me get a specific state here. Let me see here. First year apprentice electricians. Okay. So the average hourly pay right now in the United States, as of current, is between $18.27 on the low end and $22.81 per hour, right? The apprentice electrician makes between $18.27 and $22.81 as of the recent official numbers released by the American Labor Board. All right? If you wanted to have the same basic quality of living and pay as the same electrician in 1970, let me give a little bit of information here from, because I believe I can still find the original info. I want to grab you fresh info, searched live, so it doesn't give any of my research paper stuff, all right? Because I remember my rough math on here. Okay. As a first-year apprentice, holy shit. Yeah, that's still accurate. Yep, that'll still work. Let me bring up the actual documentation here. This is from Missouri, University of Missouri, because they do wages and prices by decade, which can be a wonderful resource for anybody who's looking to get into this information here. They have it by race and sex. They have it by state, occupation, foreign countries. They have world data and national data. All right. Are you fucking shocked? So a first-year apprentice, right? Let's see. There we go. Yep. I have a documentation on here. Okay, so let me find this sector here. I have to go through I've got actual documentation from the period. All right. Hey, You want to be scared? So, right now, with basic mathematics, looking at the averages on the Washington, D.C. released information on here, oh boy. Okay, how much, first of all, I want to ask you, how much do you think electricians were listed as making for a first-year apprentice in 1970? Cause, man, in 1970, so in 1990, it was about $5 an hour, all right? Nah, that sounds fine, right? $5 an hour in 1992? We're all the way up to $18 an hour in the same location. That's not that bad, right? Chat, your listed starting wage for a 40-hour work week as a first-year apprentice is $24,000 in 1970. That is $24,000 with a 52 work week, 40-hour work week. This is just for a first-year journeyman apprentice. So if I bring up the calculator here, let's check out our rough hourly pay. All right. So we are doing the average wage here, right? $23,660. $23,660 being the average reported in the United States for the average wage, and then we will divide that by 52, and then divide that by 40. So that means in 1970, as a journeyman, remember how I said $5 an hour was 92's average? Chat, the average in 1970 was $11.37 an hour.
From 1970 to 1990, the average wage of a journeyman electrician was cut in half before inflation. It did not raise. It was cut in half. And remember that modern day, the average is about $20. It has doubled since 1970, but remember, it got cut in half in the fucking 90s. So around 120K today. Well, let's do the basic math here. So if we've got the understanding here that the average wages for a journeyman electrician, first-year journeyman, right? The average, right, is about $22.81. So we'll multiply that by a 40-hour work week, 22.81. Multiply that by a 40-hour work week. Multiply that by 52 weeks. That is $47,000. $47,444 is what they're average making per year today with that same mathematical equation. Chat. Chat. The journeyman electrician today makes $47,445, we'll round up, dollars a year. If we take his 1970 numbers, of 23,660, and we just use the officially released inflation calculator, which again does not calculate for purchasing power. If we're literally just using the current methodology, which again, current methodology is not accurate. Current methodology has been adjusted in order to reduce damages that could occur to the reputation of the United States government. All right? These are not accurate numbers. Inflation is far fucking worse than this. Just going with what they were... Fear campaign with nuclear was not hit. That's not there yet. No. You push a little bit forward for that. This is before that, so we wouldn't be getting affected by that. All right? There has been, according to the official government numbers, a 3,200% inflation. And remember, that inflation is reduced dramatically. All right? So if I just pump this number in here, and I just... boom, 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 boom. Yeah. So, if we did it the opposite way, right? And we just calculated what the modern pay would be worth in 1970, remember that the journeyman electrician on average would be making a grand total of $23,000. How much do you think the modern wages would be worth in the 1970s when taking into account just modern inflation numbers? Your modern average working wage as an electrician, if you were getting paid what you're getting paid now in the 70s, you would be making, drum roll please, chat, $5,000 a year. In 1970, you would be making $5,000 a year if the government wasn't lying about its inflation rates. Do you see why I love doing this research, by the way, chat? So, let's ignore the fact that, actually, despite the fact that it is about a 3,000% inflation rate since that period, we'll say about 4,000. You know what? No, we'll knock it down to 3,000 just to be generous. Just their numbers say it's about 3,000 times
Yeah, 3,000% increase. So you knock that over, it's about, what, 30 times more expensive now, right? Yeah, about 30 times more expensive. I feel like $5,000 goes further in the 70s than $40,000 does today. So the price of eggs has multiplied by a factor of almost 100, despite the fact that the inflation has gone. When you're actively calculating with their numbers, all food has gone up, even accounting for inflation. Across the fucking board, food is between 10 and 15 times more expensive now than it was in the 70s. Even accounting for the official reported inflation, between 10 and 15 times more expensive, even adjusted for inflation. So you are not wrong that 50,000, that 5,000 in 1970s would still be going further than 40,000 today. But the problem is that 40,000 in 1970, like again, when you're looking at just the calculations here, when you're looking at just the basic surface level math, and this is not solved by printing a fuck ton of money and raising everybody's wages and doing all, no. The only fucking way you fix this, we can't do. I'm going to let you know about that. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. So yeah, chat. Even if we go the other way around, right? Because remember, it's about 48,000 is about the average, we'll say, this year, right? It's just so fucking sad. The only solutions here we can't fucking do. Like, there is no reason everyone, like, even when you look at the richest people, even the richest aren't getting it. We can technically fix it, but others would crash. And well, they aren't gonna let that. The problem is, alright, even the richest of the rich are still getting fucked. That's my problem here, right? The guys who are doing this think they're improving their own lives, and yes, they are getting a better share of the market. Yes, they're helping things. They're fucking themselves over too. Chat, I don't know how to fucking tell you this. The people who are doing this, who think they're doing these wonderful things for themselves, they're in a worse spot too. It's a problem, chat. Everyone's getting fucked over. Even the people who are actually doing this are fucking themselves over. Short-term greed is a mental illness. Yes. The thing is, they're centralizing their power, and they have less power. They're centralizing their money, and they have less money. No matter how many times they multiply their money over and over again, they're fucking themselves over. Not to the exact same degree that they're fucking over everybody else, but they are significantly, like, again, I'm not the only one who's been doing, like, research into this stuff. There's lots of people looking at it, and it's not, again, I get it. You're gonna assassinate people who talk about this kind of shit and who try to give actual solutions to it. I get it. I even understand why you fucking do it. And this is gonna piss off the everyman, but I don't fucking blame you. Himmo, what the fuck? No, you want to stay alive. Fuck it. What I do say is that this is not the fucking correct way to go about it. Yeah, I get the whole, like, oh, control every narrative, control everything, control all this shit, control all that, control. I get it. You don't want to have egg on your face. Nobody does. Nobody likes having egg on their face. Nobody. But fucking hell, there are better ways to go about this shit. You know what I mean? 12 an hour in 1970s, like 208,000 a year, assuming 52 weeks. Well, here's the thing, right? Again, you're not accounting for actual buying power. Because while inflation number says 3,000%, right? Right? Yeah, no. Yeah. It's a little bit different. You know what I mean? It's a little bit fucking different, chat. This whole thing's a little bit fucked. It's really, really fucked. And while the percentage of wealth has gone up, right? Where the richest of the rich own more and more of the money and everybody else owns less and less and less and less. Yeah. Yeah. It was bad for the rich people, it's bad for the poor people, it's bad for everybody, and that's the part that fucking pisses me off, because it's like, okay, I get it. Peasantry's got their spot, and I know that's not popular, right? I know that's not popular. However, when you're fucking over yourself as a rich man, and you're fucking over yourself as a poor man, and you're fucking over the middle. You're fucking over literally everybody and yourself. What the actual fuck? I'm just saying, chat. I'm just saying, chat. I'm just saying. Fervent typing commences, 'cause I'm talking to some people. Hey, chat, you want some typies? You want some typing? Hold on, chat. Can I get a scroll of how I'm writing here? Hold on. Excuse me. If I bring up... Can I have you guys see a writing document? And I will just start writing on the screen. Chat, what if I write a document and I just have it scrolling on the fucking screen in front of me? Chat, let's type a little bit. Fuck it. We're gonna write. Hey, is there a category for writing a book? Chat, is there a category for writing a book? There's gotta be, right? I know there's ones for reading books, right? Oh shit, wait, why don't I just work on that piece? Why don't I just work on that stupid document I've been working on my own for funsies? Nah, I don't want to learn what's new. Hold on. Chat, I'm gonna try bringing up... Where is it? Hold on. I've been writing something stupid. I've got like a single chapter of something I've been working on. Let me see if I can find it. I've been working on the railroad all the live along day. Can't you hear the whistle blowing, passing time away? Alright, so what if I, where are ya? Where are ya, you little bastard? Where are ya, you little bastard? Chat, I don't know where it is. Hold. Hold on. Wait, why did I make a book on... Why was I writing a Senhealy cookbook? Hold on. What the fuck? When was I writing this? When the fuck was I writing this? A book on how to cook... What? Okay. Fun. Okay. Hold on, chat. I've been working on the railroad On a livelong day. What's this one? Hold on. This is the white on black text. Hold on. Can I invert all the colors? Can I have black on white text, thank you? Hold on. Hold on. Alright. Where... I know I've got somewhere around here the actual test run on here. That's not the right version. That's only the 15-page version. Hold on. Excuse me. Is this the version? Alright, chat. How do I actually bring this up? Hold on. Hold on. Style? Chat, I'm gonna try and bring this up here. How do I... Should I, like, put this in front of my face, or how do we handle this? How do we handle this, chat? Do I just do a window capture? Let me see here. Hold on. Excuse me. What if... Hold on. Okay. Hold on. Filters. Right. Then I do a visual filter. Are you ready for typing ASMR? Well, actually, I'm probably just going to read this real quick, and then I'm going to work on it as we go. Because I just want to... Where are we? Where... Wait, hold on. Hold on. Where's my cropping? Ah! Hold on. 200, 300, 300. No. 200? No, not 3002. Hold the line! There we go. There we go. Chat, I present to you. Nothing yet, because it's all brusted. Hold on. Brusted? Alright, so chat, this is going to be very bright text. I'm going to try and figure out a way to lower it. Hold on. Wait. Hold on. Hold. Okay, chat. Get ready to be flashbanged by bright lights. Hold on, I'll do a color correction so it's less gaudy. Hold on. Hold on. How do I actually get this? Okay, hold on. Okay, can you guys see this? Wow, that is fucking tiny. So I've been writing something stupid for a while, chat. And I know this isn't exciting as actual, like, weird political stuff and, like, economics and the horrors of that stuff. But here is this. Here is this. This is a thing that I made. Hold on. Wait. How do I... Hold on. Do I rename that? Rename. Okay, what if I... Hold on. Can I change the color here, right? To add a color. There we go, chat! Look at that! Boom! Now it looks like aged paper. Ta-da! Chat, I'm a fucking genius. I need you all to start praising me now. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Look at that. I am a fucking genius. Now I just put it down here. Boo! Okay, that's not praising, that's booing. Okay, I know you guys know the difference. I need you to start praising me now. Here we go, hold on. Okay, that's a bonk. That's not the same thing. Look at that, though. Look at that. Ta-da! Okay, it's a little bit... Hold on. Hold on. Boo! Hold on. I still have to, like, rewrite some stuff here. Their footsteps splashed through murky water, echoing from one wall to the next. The sound mingled with deep panting breaths, while that haunting laugh still filled Oris's mind. His heartbeat pounded like a drum in his ears. Wait, hold on. I feel like that is a good spot to break that. Hold on. Their footsteps splashed through murky water, echoing from one wall to the next. The sounds mingled with deep panting breaths, while that haunting laugh still filled Oris's mind. His heartbeat pounded like a drum in his ears. He could never forget that laugh. The stench of rot blended with countless other odors, forming a sickening miasma. It coated every surface, gathering into dark brown stains across the walls. Should I add that it's brick walls? You know what? Sure. There we go. Across the faded brick walls. His breathing was ragged and heavy, a burning sensation carving deep into his brain, making it harder and harder to think. Was it the pain from his injured leg, or the red mist? He was losing his thoughts as his waterlogged boots, and those of the boy, slapped against brickwork, barely keeping him upright. Every inch of Oris's body ached, a mangled, scarred, and dehydrated mess. He prayed to God for water, tormented by agony. There was, in a manner of speaking, plenty of water, but even if he had time, he would not dare sip the murky depths filling the runoff pipes. Yet with each passing moment, the water grew more tempting. Heatstroke would have its moment, certainly, but not yet. Not quite yet. Right now he had bigger things on his mind, one of which was currently slamming a fist ineffectually into the back of Oris's knee, while shouting as loudly as he could into the darkness. The other big thing was a sack of papers. It was such a small thing dangling against his shoulder, barely 5 pounds, yet it was the heaviest collection of papers he had ever held. It felt as though the whole world rested inside that little bag, and by extension on his shoulders. That burden would have been too much for any man. "You don't have to do this," the boy said finally. His face was red from tears. Dark hair hanging low in front of his eyes beneath that little yellow rain cap. He had realized that slamming his fist was not doing much besides tiring him out. He huffed, and he puffed, and he pouted. Oris's heart dropped to the pit of his stomach, and then a bit further. His frantic fleeing slowed almost to a stop. He looked at the child for a long, pained moment. That little one with his bowl of dark-cut hair and shirt bearing 4 simple words, Rich, the birthday boy, in black on gray, was the most painful sight in the world. His heart broke as he looked into those eyes. Rich's shirt was drenched in water and sweat. His yellow rain jacket hanging off to either side partially melted to his clothing. His eyes were brimming with betrayal and fear. "We can still go back," Rich said, his voice trembling with a pleading expression. "I promise I won't tell anyone, I swear." He looked up at the older man, his gaze desperate. Oris turned away in shame, first glancing at his reflection and staring to the wall to his side. He couldn't meet the young boy's silent, pleading eyes. "Please, Richard, it's just... you need to trust me. I won't let him hurt you. Son, you should just think of it as an adventure. Son, you should think of it as just another adventure." The words spilled from Oris's cracked and bloody lips, his eyes half closed from a mix of sweat, tears, and a blackened bruise on his temple. Oris ran a single hand on the side of Rich's face, brushing the singed blonde hair to one side as he leaned towards him. "You've always loved adventures, just like your ma," he said. Rich trembled before him, glancing over Oris's shoulder, his expression deep in thought. All Oris could do was lean close to the frightened boy and wrap his arms around him, holding the confused young one tightly to his chest. "Please, Rich, trust me, this once." It was all Oris could manage to say as tears streamed down his face, a mixture of fear, pain, and desperation. I'm terrible at reading, chat. You'd think I'd never read before in my life. I keep changing all the words. This is why nobody hires me. Richard blinked a few times, looking over Oris's shoulder, an unsure expression crossing his face as he awkwardly patted the older man's back. For the briefest of moments, Oris could hear it again, that cursed calliope music, like a series of train whistles of varying pitches echoing about. It sent a grimace across his pockmarked face, and he knew they didn't have much time. The whirring growing closer with it. Okay, Rich said meekly, finally returning the hug, even with his confused expression firmly planted across his face. That one word sent a surge of fresh energy through the old patrolman, a smile crossing on his face for the first time in so very long. Oris stumbled back to a stand, holding his side as he did, trying not to let the bag go. One haul led to the next as the two ran, seconds turned into minutes, as that one word carried Oris further and further. Even as his skin began to go pallid, his side feeling so warm. Dust kicked up high into the air, filling the tunnel as the music grew louder and closer, discordant and warbling its way in and out. The problem was every corridor, every turn, every dead end was almost identical. Bleeding one into the next as they ran, his expression was flat and firm. Oris stopped completely in the middle of an intersection. His eyes darted from one side to the next. The music growing louder, the entire tunnel shaking and shuddering, the whirring of the organ growing with it. Wait, no, this isn't... He looked frantically for something in the darkness, pressing his hand against the wall as hope began to fade. It was just here last week, I know it was. The power and determination of expression began to fade as adrenaline finally started its egress. Damn it all. Damn it. Oris slammed his fist harder against the brickwork, tears beginning to run down his face. He dropped Rich's wrist for the first time in hours, instead reaching up to his neck, pulling loose that black tie around his neck. Deep marks from it were almost strangling tightness, with most color on him as he grew clammy. A soft laugh escaped his lips as he placed his hand against the mortar of the brick wall, rubbing away some of the fresh mortar. It started as a low, raspy chuckle, then built into roaring laughter before he coughed blood to the ground. Those bastards. Rich didn't run. He didn't even think to run. Instead, he came closer to Oris for a moment, pausing to look up at him. "Are you okay?" he stammered. Oris paused for a long moment, sounds in the far distance getting closer. That calliope music was echoing ever nearer by the moment, a low orange glow filling the far end of the tunnel as it crawled across the ceiling, growing closer moment by moment. Richard. The bags under Oris's eyes were thick. His arms so heavy they could barely move. His joints creaked as he knelt down to eye level with his grandson. Sorry for running off with you, son." He pulled off his white glove and ruffled the boy's hair for a long moment, brushing the yellow matted mess away from Rich's bright blue eyes one more time. Water soaked his charcoal patrol pants through to the bone. Oris's breathing was getting slower. It was getting more erratic. "They're gonna call your father many things." His bone-white hand brushed the boy's deep blonde hair off to the side again, to look him square in the eyes. "Some," he said with a pained laugh, "may even be true." "You know where Dad is? Tell me where my dad is. Tell me." Richard looked at him, completely confused for a long moment before grabbing a hold of his shoulder, pleading with his eyes. "Yeah." Oris's smile was weak, his balding head of gray hair a disheveled mess, and those matching silver eyes looking through Richard's very soul with a sort of longing. "Of course I do. I know everything," he said with a weak smile. "Perk of being old." Richard looked up at him for a long moment, barely able to stand himself after so much running, his stance wavering. He locked eyes through the shattered lenses of Oris's glasses, and his own eyes went wide. No, not like this. He shook his head, pulling Oris's hand to try and drag him along. "Let's just go back and say what happened." Rich pulled with all his might, but the old man wouldn't move. "They'll have to understand." "I'll leave to your discretion what you should choose to believe in their words, little one." A light pat of white-gloved hands. "I don't get it," Rich barely whispered, water collecting in his eyes, over a man he didn't even recognize. Why won't you go with me? They'll get it. They have to." Now, for the first time, Rich could hear that slow, methodical music echoing into the darkness. Something was growing closer by the minute. We can tell them." "Won't work that way, kid." His expression was different. Calm, comfortable, and at peace, even as he took out the strange-looking papers from the bag, beginning to place them in Rich's little elephant backpack. If I could, I'd change a lot. Change about everything, really. Fortunately for everyone's sake, I don't control the world. I'm the wrong man for that. Oris laughed reassuringly as he pulled the bag off his shoulder and began to pull out papers at a small, strange device. His soaked glove left crimson stains on the papers as he began to load them into Rich's backpack. You're hurt. Oris shrugged, looking down at the once white glove, now soaked crimson. I reckon so. Maybe I could... I'm not gonna leave you. I can't lose you again. Well, that's how it is in the West. Oris coughed hard as he zipped shut the boy's backpack with new contents. You do what you have to. The music was a roar now, getting closer as an orange light shone out in the darkness. Something was out there. It was coming closer each moment, clattering of metal on brick. Oris flipped open his leather holster and grabbed the .38 Special by his badge and his blood-soaked white glove. He was barely able to stand, and yet on instinct, his left arm pressed firmly against his own back, his right arm extending with the revolver to aim down the hall in a nice line across his entire body. The old patrolman's hand wavered from one side to the other, even as he stood firm on the spot, planting his shoes as hard as he could into the sopping wet water. His posture was good as he could manage. Rich took a step forward, trying one last time to drag the old codger with him back along the tunnel. Before he could even make contact, a flash of blinding light lit the darkness, a thundering bang taking away his ears. As the sound echoed across the tunnel walls in both directions, a bang, a flash, and ringing, followed by two more. In the distance, metal clanged against metal, following the shattering of glass. He couldn't really see as he fell backwards, landing hard with a slam, his head hitting hard against brick with a bounding thud. Tickets, please. Everything was a blur, the ringing filling... I have to make sure we actually have identifying here. There we go. Chat, I hope you don't mind. I hope you don't mind. I just want to take a moment here to try and dig through this stuff while I'm thinking about it, because I'm never going to get it fucking done, right? I am never getting this fucking thing done if I don't do it now. Bright orange lights in the darkness like grated headlights of a car on the ceiling. One went pitch black, as another bang and ring echoed out, and then another. I won't let you take him, or screamed with all the strength. With all of his strength, from the depths of his bowels, even as more blood pooled, turning his bright blue shirt to a shade of crimson. Stay away from my boy! One smack from a massive gloved hand sends Oris sliming into the wall, with a head-sickening crunch. The sickening crunch. Just above Rich's head, he saw the body fall down in front of the hole. Two more shots echoing out through the dark, and a click. Rich looked down wide-eyed. He slowly crawled backwards into the alcove. He bit his knuckle trying to keep silent, tears rolling down the sides of his face. Rounds clattered to the floor as Oris swung open the cylinder. He could barely even breathe as he was slowly lifted up into the air off the ground. The showman in all his might loomed over him in the darkness, raising him into the air, repeating that one phrase over again. Tickets, please. Oris swung the revolver back into position, loading what few rounds he could. With his last few moments, he leveled a gun at the beast. Bang, 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 crunch. See, if I was doing the actual formatting here, what I would want to do is have the formatting be like that. Actually, I want it to be... because I like the visuals on these things, right? I've always liked doing formatting like this, anytime I'm writing things for me. Because this way your eyes naturally dance down. Because you keep the, I want to keep the B in line with the exclamation point. Yep. Because your eyes will naturally just go boom, boom, boom. Well, actually, if I keep it right after the exclamation point. Because it'll go bang, 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 crunch. which I've always liked that kind of stuff. Because this way you're not getting spoiled by seeing it side to side. Your head kind of reads it down at an angle instead. Maybe I'm crazy for that, but I like that kind of shit. And I also like writing silly stuff like this that I take way too seriously. The sound was sickening as it filled the air. Water droplets hitting the water. Yeah, droplets hitting the water. The music going silent. We sat in dead silence, looking off for miles through the water, unable to even think. Splash's mangled badge fell into the waves. What if I use, instead of using water, right? Looking off for miles through the world. A splash as a mangled badge fell into the waves. Yeah, into the runoff. Yeah, there we go. A splash as a mangled badge fell into the runoff along with a single patrolman's boot. The ringing built, growing louder and louder as Rich tried to hide, his hand covering his mouth to quiet his breathing, his mouth agape. He could feel the stomping, the ground itself trembling, yet he could also hear the music as it started fresh, as if it had never happened. That carnival tune bounded between his ears, even through the ringing, happy, uplifting, and the most horrifying sound in the world. The water turned slowly deepest crimson, darkening further each moment. Tears rolled down the sides of Rich's face. Let's say it continued to stream. There we go. Fuck it, why not? It might be silly to overword things, but I like it. I like overwording it. Let's get edgy! His heart was in his ears, blurring its rapid beat, threatening to explode as he clutched that blood-soaked badge as close to his chest as he possibly could. He was hyperventilating as he tried to push back further into the vent. A single hand slammed through the vent, clad in a bright, now red-drenched glove. Breaking loose the bricks that had covered over the passageway, Rich flipped himself onto his stomach and began to crawl, trying to get away. He crawled as fast as his arm would carry him, dragged face first into the mud of the trench. The water filled his mouth, and he began to cough and sputter, but he just had to keep crawling. He had to keep his head down, low, eyes off far ahead. The thing was getting closer, and he could hear the explosions rocking out overhead, everything shaking. The music was getting louder, and any second, it would grab him if he just didn't stop moving. The brickwork gave way to jungle, the water to mud. Behind him, the music was now drowning out completely by the ringing. It just kept getting louder. It was always getting louder. He screamed as loud as he could, mud flowing into his mouth. I want to go home! The screaming of jets echoed out overhead, the world shaking and thundering. His eyes blurred over as he clung to his rifle, crawling as fast as he could, just barely keeping from drowning as the showman crawled closer, mocking him with those two words over and over, ever burned into his brain. Tickets, please. Please, somebody, please, I just want to go home, I just want to go home. He could see a light up ahead of him, the outflow of the river, past the hail of bullets, past the walls of napalm. He could escape, his escape into fresh air. Again, the beast grabbed out, tearing off his shoe, spilling water, and cutting open his heel with a deep gash. You know what? Instead of shoe, combat boot. Now, chat, for those of you who are still sticking around as I read this, can you tell what's happening there? Because yes, that's the same story. Yes, that's the same scene. No, nothing changed. Spilling out water and ripping open his heel with a deep gash, Rich no longer heard his own voice anymore, just the ringing, the constant ringing of his ears drowning out his tears. He dragged himself to a stand, panting, hacking, and wheezing, and there he saw it off in the distance, of the jungle, past base camp. It was the carnival, his second home. That place where he could be himself, where people would know his name and give him help. The whole thing was lit up. A Chinook flew up into the sky, filled the world with a glowing display. A lifetime of joy and memories was burning. The sounds the people made were etched in deep. In that moment, his heart shattered. The alarm on his desk blared, then he hit the ground. I want to do that a little bit better, right? I want to do this a little bit better. This is just an early rough draft, right? The start flows really fucking good. Then it gets a little bit worse and a little bit worse. I like the general, feel of this whole thing, right? It's only 22 pages right now. Just a little bit of little story there. I am not sure how I want to handle this thing, right? Because first off, hold on. There is mostly symbology in this, and I'm trying to establish more a feeling for what is going on. Not for what's going on. A feeling for the atmosphere I want to set. And a fuck ton of subtext that I've got a rough idea on. It's not anything particularly deep or complicated. It's kind of rough for me to try and get this exactly how I want it to be. Because there's a lot going on here. There's a little bit of levity. Well, there's a bit of absurdity, but not necessarily levity in this, right? It's dark. It's scary. It's a lot. And it should be able to show backstory for the character without telling it. Because I really do want to try and have that first bit. Because I like using a first chapter, even if it's unrelated to the rest of the story in some elements, to give general feel of a thing, general, the lengths that you're going to see long term. Oh, thank you, JK. I will drink. And I will stretch. Whoa! So I don't know. I like to use a first chapter as a condensed beginning, middle, end story that establishes everything I want to have going forward. I think I need to... Fleeing from a job application? Yeah, I don't want to get a job. You're just running away from a job. Yeah. I want to try, because, like, okay. One of the main things I want to get across, right? There's two different narrators, of course, right? So despite the fact that Oris isn't really narrating it himself, right? He is a character in the sequence. He is there. He is definitively in the scene, right? And even though he's not narrating, it's still from his perspective. It's still from his focus. I want to be able to do... I want to be able to do a proper transition sequence between, right? I want to do a proper transition sequence between the perspectives of Oris and Richard. Because Rich, which, yes, there is a reference to Dick the Birthday Boy, which is Rich Evans' shirt that he wore at a Showbiz Pizza that got brought up on Ellen DeGeneres of all fucking things, really? But I want to do a little reference to that. It's just a placeholder right now. I like the idea of having Oris's perspective shifting over to Rich's perspective, and that's sort of a... I want that to be as smooth of a transition as we can, and I want to smoothly transition from the trauma response moment of the guy lost in his own memories to the psychotic break in Vietnam into the actual end of the like the revelation that the first chapter is kind of a dream, because dream sequences, right? A dream sequence doesn't happen, but just because a dream sequence doesn't happen doesn't mean it can't tell you things about further down the road, right? Because you're able to establish the existence of Oris as a character, you're able to establish the Richie, or as his ex-wife calls him, Dick. Well, I was kind of originally, in my first draft of this, it was Richard, because it was Rich, because he was a private dick. You get it? He's a private detective, a private dick. So his name's Richard,
I thought it was funny.
I still might wind up doing that route. Because, like, okay, so from a meta perspective, the story that's being told here is kid has trauma at a circus, right? He's given some documents, he's given some things. He has those documents. Those documents are really given to him, right? He has the badge. Throughout the story, I'm going to reference these events in here. All the events that are in there actually happen. So it is a dream sequence, yes, to compress time and tell you the backstory of the character of Rich, who is the main character of the story, right? By handling it as an actual, like, dream sequence, you can have some of these things, like, they are running through a, sort of, like, water flow system that's supposed to be carrying the water out of the city. Did they actually run for hours? Who knows? In a dream, time sequences are sort of rough, they're kind of weird. It's a solid way to kind of get yourself, again, it's a solid way to get yourself, like, some little distraction bits, some little side bits, some information out there, and still be able to kind of weave it into this sort of symbology? I'm trying to use some. I don't have too deep an idea with a lot of this stuff. There's probably some shit in here that is just a blue curtain moment. You know, where your teacher will tell you, what do the blue curtains symbolize? And then the actual author would tell you that the curtains were blue. Like, the teacher writes up, like, 30 paragraphs on his review of the book, and the actual original writer goes, the curtains were blue because I liked the color blue. I thought it looked good. And I liked the image of it. I'm also trying to work through some ideas here. Now, I believe... so... yeah. Dark hair. This... I've had people... Okay, so I've been having a few folks helping me with trying to read this. This bit confuses people. Dark hair, right? And then they look later, and he's blonde, right? Those are both correct. You know what I mean? Like, the kid has dark blonde hair. I've had, like, a few people read, because this is just what, this is the first fucking chapter, and I want to get my first chapter as good as I fucking can. Because even if the first chapter is the only thing you ever fucking make of it, at the very least, it should be a sample of what you would do with the fucking story, right? I still don't understand why people get confused between the dark hair and the blonde. Because it's dark blonde hair. I never understand that. It's like a sort of dirty blonde bowl cut. The way I'm imagining him is kind of like Kevin McAllister from Home Alone, but with a really, like, lame-looking bowl cut. A really lame bowl cut that really doesn't fit. I'd like to think I did a good job of getting across the idea that Oris is a police patrolman, right? The idea with that being that Oris inspires Rich to get into the police department, right? To join in and help with things and, you know, try and investigate, right? Oris is a father figure. It's mentioned that Rich is the grandson. And it's also mentioned, it's implied that he might be the dad. That's one of those where I'm trying to be like, the memories kind of like mixing up, and which one's true? Who knows? Kind of leave some stuff as a sort of side bit. I do want to get the important parts out of the paperwork getting in there, the object getting there, because the object's going to be a MacGuffin later on. What the hell? Chat, do you see this shit? Do you see how these letters... Why is there a line over... Huh, you don't see that. Holy shit, you don't see that. Hold on, what? What the fuck? No, I don't see that anymore. Hold on. There was a line over each of the letters? That tells me something's going wrong with my computer. Hold on, what's my heat at? What's my heat level at? Also, I'm going to save this since I've been doing some modifications here. But yeah, no, I wanted to try and have little bits of comedy, little bits of levity in there, but an overall fairly dark story. The idea being that as you're reading, you have those uplifts and those slapdowns. I'm not a great writer. I'm not a great anything. But I do want to try. So I really, like, they're hammering home the idea. In the text, it's hammering home the idea. Ulrich stole Rich from a situation. Rich's clothing is burned, which means something happened. There's some sort of fire. And they're being chased by something. The showman. The showman could be anything in the final version, but it's more of what showman represents than what showman actually is, right? Showman being something that is chasing them, and they're trying to run away from it, because Rich is trying to run away from himself, the idea basically flowing through that he's always been running to these bits, like to anything, right? You get the establishment that he loves an adventure, you get the whole, like, the thing that Richard, because Ulrich calls him Richard, he is rich. There's more of that formality there, but you still have that firm sort of thing where it's, you have Oris showing a lot of care there, and then you have Rich being confused and concerned. And I'd like to try and write this in a way that it can be taken multiple ways. Where, like, I want to hint what I want to do with the story through this, but still have people surprised by the end. I know what the twist is, right? I know for a fact what the twist is. I have the ending also already written, because with a good murder mystery or a good novel, where there is any sort of mystery, you start with how it ends, and you work towards a beginning, right? You start with the ending, and you work towards a beginning, so you can have these complications and these confusions and whatnot. You're not writing it forward to end, you're writing it end to beginning. And by doing it that way, you're able to get these better points. I'm trying to also establish that Rich, once he becomes the narrator, might not be exactly reliable, because as you can see through the actual shift, we have two major shifts here. Yeah, we have two major shifts. The first shift is the from the perspective of Oris over to the perspective of Rich. And the second one is the crawling through the actual, like, drainage system into crawling through the mud. And I'm not entirely sure how to get that across properly. Yeah. Because I really do want to get... I want to get all of this right. You know what I mean? Also, do you guys think that the yellow here... Is this a dull enough yellow that it's not, like, hurting your eyes with, like, a bright, brilliant, blinding white? Or do I need to do more, like, coloration stuff on there? Because I want to do reading on stream. I genuinely do, right? There's some books I want to, like, just read out loud and, like, have some fun with and go through to try and get some actual, like, stories through. You know, like, get some public domain stories and whatnot that I can read on here. And most of these are going to have, like, bright white pages. I think this yellow should be fine. I understand if it needs a bit more, because I'm not sure. I kind of want to, like, just lower the brightness a little bit. Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, not sure. Because this makes it look more like an aged paper without having to worry about... ugh, jeez. No. I think we're good. Oh, well. Either way. I do have some ideas for this. Oh, shit. What time is it? Hold on. Oh, fuck. It's 1:11. Shoot. If you guys want, I can, like, do more of, like, this sit down and work on a book thing. I just wanted to do something tonight. You know what I mean? You know what? Chat. Fuck it. if I don't have a collab thing tomorrow, I'm just gonna spend tomorrow working on my book. You know that? I don't care if it's boring or not. I'm spending tomorrow working on my book. We're just gonna hang out. We're gonna hang out, we're gonna chill, and I'm gonna work on my damn book. I don't care if there's video games or anything else. I'm gonna work on my book, I'm gonna talk with you guys. If you guys show up, you can help me, like, figure out some ideas that we want to do here. I don't know if I want to work on this one, or if I want to work on the sci-fi thing that I want to write, or if I want to work on that, alternate history story that I've been wanting to do for a while. But we'll just spend tomorrow writing. You know that, chat? Tomorrow is gonna be writing, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fucking fun. I genuinely just think that sharing what I love to do with you guys is gonna be better than ever just sitting alone and just trying to play a game that I just can't get behind. You know what I mean? I think that's a good idea, you know? Alright, hold on, everybody. Hold on loosely. Just don't let go. And if you cling on too tightly, you're gonna lose control. Alright, so I think we are going to raid Edit, who has a new lovely model. I do enjoy working with Edit. I enjoy raiding Edit. Edit is a cool dude. And yeah, no, I really do just enjoy being able to do things. This new model's so fucking wild, man. Alright, so I'm gonna raid you guys over towards Edit. He's a cool dude. Very cool dude. It's a shame that half the phase girls don't actually let people do raids anymore. It's a very big shame. Yeah. Oh well, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? You know what? I understand why. I very much understand why. But, still. Okay, we got that ready. Good, we got that set up there. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm gonna take us over on YouTube. Who do we want to raid on YouTube? YouTube. Ayo. Ayo. No, thank you, Hima. Don't you turn that around on me. I'll kick your ass. Don't you turn it around on me. I think that on Twitch, why don't we raid? Is Snail Girl live? Damn, Snail Girl is not live. Hold on! Chat, Shondo doing movie night. A war movie marathon? Hold on. Chat, Shondo's watching war movies. This is great. Hold on. Hell no! No! She disabled raids! No! 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 I hate everything! How could she do this? Chat, how could she do this? Shondo! Oh wait, no, that's not Shondo's main channel. That's her side channel. Like fictional war movies? Like fictional war movies? Or actual archive war footage. You know, with Shondo, it could honestly be either. You never fucking know, brother. You genuinely just don't know. Alright, fine. We can't raid Shondo. This makes me so sad. Chat, this is so fucking sad. This is so sad. Alexa, play Despacito. Despacito. Alright, fine. Can I raid you? No. Can I raid you? Why can't I raid anybody? Why does everything suck? Can I raid you? Okay. Eventually, I was able to find a raid target. All right, everybody. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for hanging out. Thank you guys for being amazing. Always appreciate you guys. And I will see you guys next time around. Enjoy the outro music that gets my fans in Chile to suddenly go, oh, I'm glad I'm wearing headphones.